Happy Sunday. Hope you all are well. Hope you're having a great day. Let us know what you're reading, what you are eating, how are you doing, all of those things that we always ask. I will let everybody start by introducing themselves. You may see a special guest here with us. I will allow them to introduce themselves.
Do you want to start with me or the special guest?
You can go.
Okay. Well, my name is Sonia. My channel is Sonia with an I. For those who don't know, don't know what I'm eating yet. Sorry, but I just started this, a Showgirls Rules for Falling in Love, because I'm a big romance channel now. Didn't know if y'all knew that. Because my friend Sarah has twisted my arm and, twisted me periodically. So this thus far is about a plus size showgirl, and it's in the late 1800s, but there is a historian writing her story in modern times. So there's a lot of research and stuff and back and forth. I just started it an hour ago. I'm already like 60 something pages in it. I'm very interested. And plus size showgirl, I'm like, okay, somebody needs to give me some royalties. Except not in the 1800s. I'm not quite that old. I am currently also catching up with my Still Meadow and Sugar Bridge, because I caught up with Still Meadow Sampler today, or Still Meadow book of Still Meadow. Oh, there's my phone. Anywho,
is that the Mario theme?
Yes. Oh, that's when he dies and goes and dies.
I love it. Thank you.
Yeah. It reminds me of my brother. So, this is upside down, huh? Yeah. Anyway, this is what I'm reading currently, which I'm proud of me because I haven't really been reading, but this has really got my attention. So, yes. And Storm, on to you.
Hello, I'm Stormy from Storm Reads, and I am currently reading or listening to The Last Dragon on Mars by Scott Rington. I cannot pronounce the person's name for the life of me, but I'm like 58% into it, and so it's a middle grade book.
Nice.
Excellent.
I do like a dragon book.
Mm-hmm. I was going to say, are you reading your romance? Does it have blue aliens in it or anything? Or
no? This has only a showgirl and a rich man.
It's a very tame romance for
normal people, and normally normal people bore.
I mean, for Pete's sakes.
Okay, Kermit the Frog.
Hey, what are you saying about Kermit?
This one over here used to mark out Miss Piggy's face in her Kermit the Frog books because she had a crush on him. So, thank you.
Listen.
So I'm about done with my print reading for the month. The only thing I'm still reading is with Emily. I'm reading this Dick and Jane book, and I had to mark this because we have just a few pages left. But I sent a picture of this to Sonia because I was like, "What is wrong with this picture? Look at this lady here. She's mopping in heels. Who does that, Mrs. Cleaver?"
You mean you don't mop in heels?
I don't wear heels at all. I don't mop, really. I don't mop.
Never mind. I won't go there.
Yeah, mop.
You hush there, because I won't behave either.
I don't even have a mop right now. I had a mop that I kind of liked, but it was getting old and decrepit. And my daughter, she's like, "Mom, you have to throw this mop away. I'll buy you a new one." And I was like, "Okay, but I need one that's like that. And if you're going to get one," I said, "you shouldn't throw it out until you get me a replacement." She didn't. She threw it out, and this has been a couple of years now, so I don't even have a good mop. I don't even know what's in there. There's like a Swiffer or something, which is okay, but I don't know. I need a good.
We have a good mop.
I need a good mop. Yeah. So on audio, I am listening to Silver Tongue, which is book 3. Have you ever read this trilogy, Emily?
No.
It's the Stoneheart trilogy by Charlie Fletcher. It kind of reminds me a little bit of like a Percy Jackson kind of a thing, but it's not as good. But it's narrated by Jim Dale on audio.
I adore Jim Dale.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's great. And then I'm still working on Augie and Me. I've only finished the first of the three stories. And then I'm also listening to one of the Normal Kentucky Mae West books, Paddles and something, Paddles and Poison, and
Tony
What am I trying to say? What's the name of the series? I can't say it.
Campers and Criminals.
Campers and Criminals.
Campers and Criminals. That's it. Yeah. So I'm just trying to finish up a few audiobooks by the end of the month, and that's tomorrow. So, but okay. So I have to admit to y'all, I never used the term guilty pleasure, but I feel like that's kind of what this is. Like Thursday and Friday, I could not pick up an audiobook because I got started listening to, and this is not the first time this has happened to me. Have y'all ever been on YouTube and you come across one of those crazy stories where it's all just like, the thumbnails are just like the start of a story, and it's always some ridiculous like revenge type story about your something that a family did to somebody ridiculous. I'm serious. It's like pimple popping. If you click on one, then you get 50 of them in your recommends, and they are so addictive and ridiculous. And I'm like, why am I listening to these? But they're just like these little tiny short stories. I mean, it's like listening to an audiobook, but they're all about like somebody's family thought they were ridiculous and they banished them from the family, and now they're a millionaire, and they've come back, or their family was like, you're nothing to us, and then they come back and they've like made $1 billion, and then their family's like, oh, we want you back, and they're like, nope, too bad. It's that kind of formula. It's just ridiculous. And I'm just like, I go through these rounds of where I can't stop. I go from one to the other.
Sometimes you need a little break.
At a family
I was
meeting,
going to say the same thing. Sometimes a little guilty pleasure is good.
Yep.
Yeah. So here's one. At a family meeting, my parents casually mentioned they would use my inheritance to pay off my brother's debts. I just let them talk. They had no idea I'd already transferred all assets to a trust fund. They couldn't touch. It's that kind of thing. But it goes on for like an hour. So I put it on 2 times speed, and then I can get through more of them. So anyway, that's me.
Reading that high quality literature.
Yeah.
I thought that was my job.
Blue aliens.
And
Kermit the Frog.
Listen.
we all have our thing, okay?
Yep.
And it's Emily's fault, still blaming.
Yep.
But I'm not helping. Well, the aliens part.
So
Miss
Korina, what
Korina.
are you reading?
Hi. So I'm reading a couple of things, but very off and on. It's summer blockbuster season, so I have been watching all of the Jaws movies
Nice.
and all of the Jurassic Park and Jurassic World movies. They're all on Peacock now. So I've been doing that. But I've also been listening on audiobook to Everyone on This Train is a Suspect by
Yes.
and I mysteries on audiobook, the only reason I got it on the audiobook was I was doing it on Libby and they didn't have the regular book, and so I was just like, oh, I want it now, so I'll listen to it. So I don't usually like to listen to mysteries on audiobook just because I don't focus well enough, and it's usually at night, and so I end up falling asleep and whatever. So and also if there's parts that I just want to, but also sometimes it's harder for me to keep track. I'm more of a reader, that kind of thing. But anyway, I'm enjoying it. I really loved this first one. Everyone in this family has killed somebody. I love
I'm
it.
need to
really
try
wanting to
that.
do that one.
Yeah.
I read that. I enjoyed that.
I've also I just started Vice and Virtue by Libby Klein.
Nice.
Libby is a cozy mystery writer, and so you guys probably know her Cozies. Anyway, this is her first, I'm not sure what you'd call it, women's fiction. I don't know, but there is a mystery in it, but it's not the main thing. It's really
it's a little harder edge than Cozy.
yeah, it's harder and it's more character driven.
Yes.
But her humor is still there. I mean,
Yes.
it's still
I think
Libby.
she did. I think when she was at Malice, she said it was more of a women's fiction, or
Yes.
she used a certain term, but I can't remember.
Right. Maybe domestic. I don't know what they call it now.
Something, yeah.
But yeah, so it's a little different than that, but it's great so far. I just started it, so
That's awesome. She's so funny. Sarah.
Well,
And
you know me. Romance. I am going to finish in the first spring, because I only got 2 chapters left. Rescued by the Rancher by Barb Hahn.
Nice.
That one. And I will also, I've got 2 books I'm going to finish in one shot. I'm also going to finish my current classic that I'm reading, my classic of literature, When Love Dies by Francine Pascal, the 12th book in the Sweet Valley High series. Almost done, and I'm on pins and needles as to what is going to happen.
Oh my gosh.
Dun, dun, dun. At the end of every one of these, I always get the tune in next week when, like.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm currently reading those, and I'm actually hoping tonight. I don't know if it's going to happen while we're on sprints, but I'm in the mood for a cozy. I've been reading a lot of category, so I think I'm going to pick up the next in the Magical Bake Shop, Some Enchanted Eclair by Bailey Cates, the 4th book I'm up to. So I think I'm going to get that one because I grabbed it out from audio at the library. So yeah, on that one. What about you, Emily?
Nice.
So first, my big technical problem, I had my camera covered.
I'm so glad you didn't call IT for that.
Oh my gosh.
I just had my camera covered. That's what it was. Mhm.
Yeah.
That's things I would
That's
do.
funny.
At least it was an easy fix.
Yeah, easy fix. But so I'm reading Left of Forever by Tara DeWitt. So this is a second chance romance, which I normally don't like because I feel like it's usually like they're younger in their 20s and it's a miscommunication and that's why they broke up and whatever. But they got pregnant when she was 17 and then get married and they've been divorced for 5 years and their son now is he's in college, so they drove him down into California, dropped him off at college, and he's like, let's do this road trip vacation, let's see if we can rekindle our love. And I am really enjoying it because again, it's more mature characters and they're actually like one of the things that they have to do is every day, like you have to tell like 2 things that we just did not like about each other that we didn't discuss in our marriage and kind of work through. So that is what I'm reading right now.
Nice. I finished number 2 in the costume shop, which I absolutely loved.
Yay.
And I
need to read that.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. I highly recommend
As much as I love costumes,
it's so underrated. Such an underrated series. I can't believe it only went $3. I'm so sad.
Why I can't read.
What did you read? I was started reading the comments. What did you read?
The second book in the costume shop series by Diane Valier.
Oh, costume shop. Okay.
Oh my gosh, it's so much fun.
Oh yeah, I saw your review, I think, on the first one a while ago, and you loved it.
I did. I loved it. And I'm just started, funny enough, Silent Nights Are Murder. Oh, you can't see. Never mind. Silent Nights Are Murder, which is the very latest one in the Poppy McAllister series, which is also by Libby Klein. And then I am in the middle of a romance book. It's a motorcycle club. I don't even know what the title is. I'm not sure I'm loving it. We'll see. For supper, Kevin's gone, but I'm pretty sure we're having pizza. I don't know. I don't normally cook on Sundays just because of this, but so we'll probably have pizza is what I imagine.
That's what I eat for lunch.
So I figure just because I don't know if our guest is planning on all that, we're going to do the discussion first if everybody is good with that. Yes. So those of you that have done your homework today, no, I'm kidding. We are discussing, I'm just kidding, the store. I just like messing with her. We are reading number 2. We are not reading. We are discussing number 2 in the Cheese Shop series by Miss Korina Moss. It is Gone for Gouda. Holy moly. I say this every time. I just actually reread it, and as I was reading it, I thought, oh my gosh, this is my favorite in the series. And I don't know how you do it, but I've thought that about every book. I mean, I honestly, in my heart of hearts, I think I don't know what number, The Case of the Blues, I think is probably my absolute favorite because I just am amazed at the puzzle work that went into like making that book work. But every time I read one, like I had so much fun with this one. And I know Sonia is a huge fan and Sarah read it. Let us know in the chat, what you thought about it. And So I have some
Do,
questions.
do I get points for meaning to? I checked it out on Libby.
I read it. I'm trying to remember because I read it a few months ago, but I purchased. So I have a Barnes and Noble order coming to me. So Curds of Praise coming to me, and then when I went to Barnes and Noble a couple of days ago, I was like, oh, they've got 4, 5, and 6 here. I'll pick those up too.
Yay! Thanks,
That's
Emily.
awesome. That is
So I'm
awesome.
trying to remember Gone with Gouda, but
No, you and me both.
So in this one,
Okay, I have a question
influencer-
first. Okay, are you gonna talk spoilers? Should I leave or?
I don't think we'll talk spoilers. But
Well,
I
give
mean, we
me
won't say the
a
killer or
moment
anything
so I
like
can
that,
pop
but we
off,
might talk about the plot and
or
stuff.
like or something.
Well, like I mean, we'll talk about the plot just when we're talking about it, but we won't talk like who the killer
Like,
was.
specific.
Okay.
I won't do that. But
I think I'll be fine then, because if everybody knows that I have the world's worst memory, and you can tell me all about what it's about, and then whenever I get around to reading it, I'm like,
I've read the book, and I couldn't tell you who the killer was.
Yeah, right.
So you're fine.
So number
I was
two
gonna say,
is so number
yeah, no,
two.
you could probably tell me, and I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, Tiffany, number 2.
Is the Phoebe. She is a social influencer, and she's going to come to the shop, and she's just released this cookbook, and in this cookbook she is a vegan, and she has some recipes in there, and Willa is going to showcase these cheeses that were used in this recipe. And she comes in, and you can imagine when social influencers behave badly, what that looks like. And she comes in whirlwinded and very demanding and entitled and all of those things. And I will say that my favorite part of this, and I know this has nothing to do with it, but my favorite part is we find out that maybe the vegan isn't so vegan. And pictures are dropped of her eating barbecue behind a trash bin, or eating barbecue like in secret.
Yeah,
And I don't know why, I just love that part.
That was like my favorite part. I thought that was hilarious.
It was so well. So one, I want to know from everybody, because I again flip on this so much, but from Sonia and Sarah and Emily who've read it, and then Korina, if you can say without hurting anybody's feelings, who is your favorite member of Team Cheese? I will go first and say my favorite member, although I love them all. I love them all. Please hear that. I love them all. But my favorite member is Baz, because I love him so much. But I do. I love them all. And I think that there's points where it's like anything that I love to the extreme. There are points when one of them is having a moment, and I'll be like, oh, Archie's my favorite. And then, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's the same with the books. Like when I went back and was reading book 2, I literally was like, this is my favorite. You know,
I love you. Yeah.
Sonia, how about you? Who's your favorite? And
Well,
then who's your favorite?
My favorite character is Baz as well, because I've tried to convince Korina that she needs to write Baz, a plus size redheaded teacher girlfriend.
Yes.
I mean, if she could even use my name, I'd be all right with that. But I love Baz because I have a male best friend as well, and Baz doesn't remind me necessarily of Scott, but their relationship and friendship reminds me so much of mine and Scott's friendship. We have never dated. There is no, his wife, they're perfect. There is no any kind of anything. We're just best friends. And to show that in a book, and for a little bit, I kind of wanted them to get together because they are so good. The basis of a good relationship, of course, is friendship. But I love that you showed that men and women can be friends without like sexual tension, without any sort of anything. They're just the best of friends. And I will say that I read this when I was in Michigan. And so I have a great memory with this, because when you read a book on vacation, you tie your heart to that. Mm-hmm. But the second time I listened to it, and Dan and I put a puzzle together as I was listening to it.
Aww.
So we put our cheese puzzle together. So it was a lot of fun.
That is awesome.
I love that.
Miss Sarah, the bookish knitter, who's knitting.
because I can't have just my hands just sitting. I can see. See, Storm. Look at. I'm forgetting.
Well, I can't say that from the first book I liked Baz.
The older lady.
Thank
It's Miss Schultz.
Thank
Yeah.
you. I strive to be her when I grow up.
Yeah.
Because I think she's just delightful. She's hilarious. She's smart. She's a sharp dresser. I love like when the clothing is described. Her bike, like that is exactly like my whole aesthetic. Like I love the idea of it. So
A retired drama teacher, smack dab in her 60s.
Right?
Yes. Yeah. Now getting to know you, Sarah, from watching your channel, I think in another however many years, that would be because now you do seem like a younger version, like you would definitely you have that vibe about you.
Yes.
Like that cool, like go-getter, like fun, like I definitely see that.
I adore her.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice. I'm glad. Emily, do you remember it all?
Yeah, I am with Sarah. I like Mrs. Schultz the best because she's kind of like that quirky mom and woman, like who just kind of does her own thing and doesn't care what other people think. And I want that in my life of just like, this is me and you can take it, you can leave it, and I'm going to mother you and give you good advice and bring you into my fold. But yeah.
Yeah, she is who I would like to be. And I'm not that far from smack dab in my 60s. So I aspire to be her, but I don't know if I'll quite get there, but I am reaching, especially I don't care what anybody else thinks part. But yeah, and I love writing Baz and Willa because I do love their relationship. And, I was writing the flirty with Roman, of course, in book 2, that is a little bit more. And, then there's always the steamy Heath in the background. So throughout, I did have that idea that no, they were just going to be friends. And it always, like Sonia said, though, they are such close friends that as I got to books, the later books, I thought, should they? And then I just was like, oh, and that would be weird at this point. That'd be, like I almost like was going to have something happen, like maybe a kiss or something between them. And then I just was writing it and just kind of got the shudder, like, oh no, that's not going to happen. So, so I didn't, but I do love him.
I love that you didn't.
Yeah.
I really love that you didn't.
Yeah, because I really did. I mean, that kind of would have negated really the reason that I wrote that, because I really did, just like I wrote everybody being different ages for a purpose, except I think Baz and Willa are pretty close in age, but everybody else is farther in age, and I did that purposefully. And same with Baz and Willa, that was purposeful to show that it's possible and that it's good and all of that. So I didn't want to negate that. So yeah, I don't know. I'm like Tiff, where depending on what I'm writing, they're my favorite. Sometimes Archie's my favorite. Sometimes Mrs. Schultz is. She's a lot of fun to write when she gets to shine. Like in Case of the Blues, I kind of let her shine a little more, and I loved that. And so, yeah, it is hard for me to decide who I like most. I kind of, if I had to pick one, it would probably be Baz. But I don't know. Archie's a close second, and then Mrs. Schultz. It depends. So,
well, and
I babies, it's hard to pick.
Yeah, right?
It is.
And since I know nobody said Archie, but he's a fantastic character.
Yes.
He's so sweet, and I love that. At that age, he doesn't have the typical teenage attitude. He's always I really, really.
I was gonna say the relationship between him and Mrs. Schultz is just delightful, like just so adorable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so in this one, the vegan that we mentioned ends up getting and Archie is our number 1 prime suspect. And I was like, how can anybody believe that little boy would hurt somebody?
Right.
Why?
Our little Archie.
They're like, well, there's all this evidence. I'm like,
The fall vibes, if you are a mood reader, the fall vibes in this hit.
Yes.
They are slapping
Yes.
all over.
no, yes, I agree. I want to know, how did you feel about Archie being a suspect?
I didn't
Do you think it was believable? I mean, I guess you have. I mean, I understand that that they have to go where the evidence points. But what did y'all think of that? Because, like I was saying, I was like, what?
I didn't like it. I just said so. I don't. It made me mad. I was like, how can he's so sweet? How can anybody think it would be him? You know.
Right. That's why I did the cameras, because I thought that too. I thought there's no way he's going to be like a suspect unless there's like concrete, like practically evidence that shows that, you know, he was the last one.
I wanted to punch Heath right in the face.
Yeah.
Well, I felt bad because like he's so sweet and innocent. Like he's not gonna know what to do and what to ask for, like right when questioned by police, or if he's like in jail or whatever. And then now that I'm thinking about, so I teach high school and I've had students who've been in jail. Like, and now that I'm thinking about it, it's like that's exactly what my students have experienced. Like they're not gonna know what to do or say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad he had the team behind him too, because I think he's so sweet that, and maybe it's just because he's so sweet, but he can come across as like, I think what Emily's hinting at is maybe naive.
Yes.
But in the best of ways, just innocent, compared to like, and so I'm glad he has the team behind him to help him out, because I think that poor Archie would just panic. And I probably would too, don't get me wrong. But I'd be like, okay, I did it. I mean, or something, I don't know, So I'm really, really glad that he had that there. I know that Sonia just mentioned the setting or the time of year. Are you seasonal readers? Because if you are, I know that it's not fall, but this one just puts you straight into the fall feels. I agree with Sonia tremendously.
If you're craving like summerween and you're sick of summer already and you need some fall in your life, boom.
That's why I'm knitting a fall sweater currently.
Perfect. About fall. Enjoy summer. Not that I like the heat, but
a seasonal reader. And again, everybody in the chat, we'll go through everybody's things, and I'll go through before we have Korina jump off and see if there's any questions. So please, if you have any questions about the book or the series that you want Korina to answer while she's here, I will go through all those. And I'll actually start popping down. But I want to know about seasonal readers. Do you read only in season? Are you able to read out of season? Do you like seasonal reads? Tell me about that. I know Sonia's a seasonal reader. We know that.
I was just talking to my friend Barb Goffman. She writes short stories, and she's an editor. And she was saying, because it's been so hot, that she's actually been reading a book. I think it took place in a snowstorm or something. And so, I'm usually a seasonal reader, but I thought that was a really good idea because my air conditioner is not working properly. And so until July 9th. So
July 9th.
Yeah, because everybody I live in Connecticut, and so when we had that short heat wave with 100 degrees last week, we're not prepared for that. Like our houses are not prepared for that. So I guess they had a ton of calls. So anyway, so they can't come till July 9th. And I was hoping it was just because it was 100-degree weather, but no, it's only like in the 80s today, and it's still not. It's pumping out something, but not enough to keep it as cool as I'd like. But anyway, so now I'm thinking she had a good idea for reading outside of the season.
Korina, I have a spare room, and you can hang meat in my house. So
okay, I'm there.
You're welcome.
My flight right now.
All right.
It looks like we do have some people, and I just want to pop in here. Jackie, who has a book coming out very soon.
She does. I'm also reading Jackie's book that's coming out too. I should have mentioned that.
The Daphne Project.
Yes, in July. She said, Korina, do you ever find elements of people you don't like in real life showing up in the victims of your book?
They're usually actually the suspects, because this way I can, bring more out of them. But yeah, this time Phoebe, I really enjoyed writing her, and I kind of wanted her to stick around a little longer, but you got to get to the murder. But yeah, there was a lot of, I don't really like influencers, as far as, I mean, not your type of influencer, but
Well, no, I'm just kidding.
Tiffany was killed in a book.
All of you book influencers, but like the typical TikTokers and those kind of
the
things.
ones that, yeah, the stereotypical
Overconsumption influencers.
Right. So I kind of took my idea, my stereotypical judgments about them and put them into her.
Well, I wanted to ask, while you're on that subject, what was behind making her vegan? Like, do you have experience? Like, are you vegan, or anybody in your family, or did you just think that would be like a stereotypical thing, or what was your
Yeah, I wanted her to be something. I thought of like a book, and then I thought, okay, well, it's got to be something where she would be, at the cheese shop, and I thought it would be a cheese book. And then the more I was thinking I thought about that scene where they catch her, not because I thought, okay, then what if she's like a cheese, like what thing could people be upset about? Like I was thinking maybe there would be people that were protesting or something outside while Willa was trying to do this. And that was my first thought. And I was like, well, what could she be that people would be mad at her for? And then how would that enter into why she's murdered maybe? And then I thought, well, what if she's, pretends to be vegan, but she's not vegan? And then I thought that would be a funny scene. And so I kind of switched it around to make it.
And because I've only read the first book, but does Willa have some vegan cheese too?
Yes. Yeah. I wanted to introduce a couple of vegan cheeses, which now looking back, I feel really bad that like I didn't introduce them in the best way. Like she and Baz don't love the vegan cheese. And I wish for vegan people's sake that I would have been a little more in the moment. I would have just like been a little nicer about vegan cheese, because some of it is okay. I have tried more of it since that point. And so I wish I had, I feel kind of bad that I kind of did the stereotypical, vegan kind of thing. But
I think I'm sure it's fine. I'm not vegan, but my husband is, and my youngest daughter, and so I have to cook vegan at home, and so I've had some experience with it, but I'm not strict vegan at all. And I think it's a great idea to to have that for the
I was funny because that was my first thought is, I'll introduce people to vegan cheeses, and then the more I wrote it, like Baz didn't like it, and then she's a jerk, and so, and then I was just like, well, I didn't like do vegan in like the nicest light here, did I?
But if we're honest, Baz really likes cheddar.
Right. Well, that's true. Right.
And
it's very
my husband, I know.
And to add on to that, like, I think in fairness, especially, I think it's come a long way, but some of the products when the kind of like shift to vegan became more popular and more mainstream in the stores and stuff, the things that were available, there was like one or two options. They were not good. And I'm just being honest. They've come a long way. Now I buy stuff that is and I'm not vegan, but what I'm saying is when I buy stuff that is good quality, like that I do enjoy. But I mean, in all honesty, when they're some of the options,
some of them are good in what they are, but they're not really cheese. It's a different the texture and things are. I did have a pizza once out that had vegan cheese. I forgot why I got it, if I was with somebody or I don't remember. Maybe I just wanted to try it. And it was surprisingly good. But yeah, when I wrote this, it was like, I think it was like 2021 or something. And that was true. I'd only tried one type and I was like, oh, and then since then I've tried like two others and I was like, oh, okay. So yeah, at the time I wasn't so hot on the vegan.
Holly. Hey, Holly. She said, loved it.
Yay,
Holly, it's good to see you. Angel Wolf said, I love it.
thank you.
I gave Gone for Gouda 5 stars. I loved it.
Paige and Peach, thanks.
Sarah said, I loved it and listened to it all at once while at work today. Hey, Sarah.
Hi, Sarah. I love Sarah. I saw her. I got to hang out with her and Holly at Alice, and they were so much fun.
Oh, and April. She's next. Okay, hold on.
Oh, April.
So, I read it a while ago and not sure
Yeah.
of the culprit. I feel you. If I wouldn't have reread it, I would have had no idea who the culprit was if I wouldn't have reread it. April said, hello. I wonder why the villain is the first thing I forget after reading a cozy mystery.
Mhm.
I think because they die so early, usually. I mean, I let mine have a couple of chapters. I think she was in the first chapter and then just talked about really. She came in the first chapter and kind of big, but she was talked about after that. I don't know that we actually saw her in the house and stuff. I think it was just talked about. I know I wrote it, but it was a long time ago.
No, you're correct from what I'm remembering.
Thank you. Yeah, I did listen to it on audiobook, but again, that was a couple of years ago that I listened to it. So yeah, I've forgotten some of it too.
Are you like when you go back and you read it or listen to it, are you like, oh, I wish I hadn't done that, or oh, I wish I'd changed this, or do you like second guess yourself just out of curiosity?
Right. Yeah. Well, that's why I don't usually reread them, because when I have started, I do that a lot. When I reread it, I'm just like, because every sentence I would change, practically. But when I've listened to them, I've loved them. They almost seem like they're not mine, because I've always listened to them well after I've written them. Like the audiobooks didn't come out until after they came out. Like I wrote Cheddar Off Dead 2 years before it came out, and then same with Gone for Gouda. And then by the time the audiobook came out, and by the time I even got around to reading it, I didn't get around to reading Curds of Prey till last year. And so by the time I read it, I remember being physically ill when I handed in that book because I didn't think it was good. And I was really nervous about how anybody would feel about it. And then, people loved it. And I was like, okay, all right, maybe it's good. And then, I move on to the next one. And then I listened to it on audiobook and I loved it. And I was like, well, and it didn't even say.
This author is fantastic.
I don't know who wrote that. Wow.
And I think if I had read it, I would have been much more because that's more of how I do. And if I had read it, I would have been really, really still critical of certain things, So listening to it though, I don't know, for some reason it makes me not feel like it's mine.
It's more of a disconnect for you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But reading it, I didn't even bother to reread like the others.
Probably because when you you've read the book now 60 times, to be fair.
Right.
So what's one more, right? But listening to it,
yeah, I know there's so many books to read, but also I would just be way too critical in the actual.
No, that's what I was gonna say. If you read it 59 times and 58 of them was to catch grammar, even if you're not trying to read it for enjoyment, that's all you're gonna see.
Right.
Oh, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Korina, I think maybe also because when I write, I read what I'm writing out loud just to make sure it sounds, well. And I guess I'm more of an oral storyteller than a writer, but when I write something, I want it to sound well. But also I'm going to read it much differently than maybe you would orally.
Right.
So there's that, perhaps that's why it makes it sound like it's a whole other story, and you like the way they retold it more.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, that's true. And she brings it alive for me, and so it makes what I imagined even stronger. And I think just my love of the books, not the way I write, I think they're great, but just my own love of them, my personal love for the characters and the ideas. And then like Sonia said, it's almost like watching a movie of it or something, and seeing how the characters are from my narrator's perception. And so it's fun.
Do you get to have any input on who narrates it, or is that totally out of your control?
I had 3 choices, and I got to listen to them. And then Erin Moon, the woman I picked, I asked her if she could do some of the characters because they each read from the beginning of the book. Actually, no, she actually sent the characters. And so I'd asked the others, I'd asked all of them to do more than just like the narration in the beginning where you get more characters.
Yeah.
And she understood my humor. Like she understood when to be sarcastic and when to, like I was afraid that because they would fall flat if she read it wrong, and so I loved her. Yeah, I loved her.
What's your take on AI audio book generated?
I don't think anybody should use it for anything. I think if you're using it now, then you're just number one.
I'm going to hop off this chat then because that's basically I've been reading a book for the past
that's okay.
month
No,
and a half.
we'll cover the other side of it, Sarah. No, and I'm not talking about writing with AI because I would not.
Oh God, no, that is horrific.
Yeah,
Right,
no, I'm talking about AI generated narrators. That's what. But yeah,
just feel like it's almost the same as writers. Like there are people who do that as a job,
right.
and so you're taking away jobs from people. It'd be the same as if the book started being just written by AI. And yes, I could also write a book, and you could also, but it's kind of the same thing of where.
Yeah.
I think.
It's also really bad for the environment.
I'm not going to say a word. I'm just going to sit here and just.
Yeah.
Okay.
The environmental impact that AI has too is huge.
Is your series, for example, only the first 3 books are on audio? My mother physically cannot read a book. I want her to read this series. She can't. So she's going to read the first 3, and then she's going to be like, oh, damn. So now I've got Speechify that she can listen to the rest of the books being narrated to her. That's nice. My take on it. But I don't agree with it being done on Amazon, like on Audible, excuse me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I absolutely agree with you there, Sarah. I have to say.
That's my only reason for using it.
Yeah,
is when books aren't already on audio.
They should all be accessible to everybody.
That's my thing.
Absolutely.
Make it accessible. It's a good thing, but it's not my go-to. I will do it if that's all that I will listen to. That's right.
If there's an actual, I want a narrator every day. They are phenomenal at what they do. Phenomenal.
Well, they're voice actors. They're trained to do that.
Exactly.
That's right.
Exactly.
Which my whole so I'm going to move on to this comment just because I think.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I got off on the topic.
No. Only I just think
it's how
because that's an excellent point.
To hot-headed. It's like some of the other things, but I will say I think this points to the publication or the book world needs to realize that that more people want audio is my point.
Absolutely.
Like there should be.
I wish they would. Yes.
And maybe it's the demand, but there needs to be, like Sonia was talking about, voice actors. There needs to be other voice actors pulled in so that everybody can. And maybe it's the cost or whatever, but clearly they're desired.
There is a demand for it. You are so correct, Tiffany.
So I think that the conversation should be more of why isn't that happening if there's demand for it? And
why are we getting so many and
right?
It is so difficult to be it's the process of being a voice actor. I've done this. The process of being a voice actor is extremely difficult because of cost of equipment. The payment and the cost of doing it is so differential that many people are like, I'm not going to do it because I'm going to have to spend, unless it's basically just a hobby, you really can't afford to do it because of the equipment and things that are required. You can't just use, your phone, whatever. It's frustrating. I know people who do it as well. It's frustrating for them.
Yeah.
Sarah said, I love Mrs. Schultz, and this book made me love her even more. Cajun said, I love Bass. He is my overall favorite, but I also adore Mrs. Schultz. Absolutely. Jackie said, Sonia, you like that. Man, it's good.
She acts like she knows me. You don't know me.
She does know her.
Yeah, I do. She's my Michigan bestie. She does. My Michigan bestie. Actually, Baz reminds me of my Dan. honestly, his big heart and can fixes things. And I don't know, he reminds me of my dad. So
That's
you're not
delightful.
wrong.
Anita, hi Anita. She said Baz is my favorite. Everyone should come to Michigan. It's the best.
Mm-hmm.
Get my house ready.
I think my favorite is Mrs. Schultz, but I adore all of them and the friendship they have. Absolutely. Jill said, I'm reading my usual huge pile of books. I'm so glad you didn't make Baz a love interest. I am too.
Yes.
I agree with everything Sonia said. I just like that there was an absolutely no. And honestly, I would have felt like at that point, if they would have kissed in book like 5, 6, whatever, I would have been like, ooh, isn't that her brother? Like, I don't know.
Right,
Like, I just would have been
Right.
She even comments in book 1, like,
you
he
know,
reminds me, I don't know if she says it, I don't remember if she said it to Baz or not, but she says, he reminds me of my brother.
Right.
And one of my very favorite things about this book is I felt such a connectivity to Willa because the connection of her and her brother and she and mine. And I won't get, because I don't want to spoil anything for anybody, but there is a very, poignant connection there. And that's why I fell in love with the series, to be honest, is because of the heart that went into her relationship with her brother.
Thank you.
You know
I
that
love
I've said that before.
that they went into their friendship, like Baz and Willa just became friends, just like it was just automatic, and he just immediately started helping her. And I mean, in my mind, because I read so many mysteries, I'm like, hold on, she just assumed he was a friend. What if he's the killer? I went there for a second, but
I went there.
They just instinctively that they were going to be best friends. It was just like there was no question. She didn't even question him. She just knew. And I love that, how they just fell into such a instant friendship,
I will have to say my other very favorite character is Miss Loretta.
Yes, the fish.
I love me some Miss Loretta.
I do too. Absolutely.
She is my kind of fish.
Everybody needs a judgy little fish to
Right? That watches Chopped.
Chopped.
Just Chopped.
Yes.
She always has to put on Chopped because she likes the host.
She likes Kid Ellen. I don't blame her. I love Kid Ellen too.
Oh my gosh.
Who doesn't love
If you are in the comments, I'm right now. I'm just filtering out comments about this the Gone for Gouda, so I'm not skipping comments. I will come back to them. So if you don't see your comment in the midst of all those, just know that I'm hopping around right now. So I just want to make sure. She said I didn't like it either, and I think that was to Archie being a suspect. Because then Jackie's next thing said Archie wouldn't hurt a fly. I never thought of her. I'm with you, Jackie. I'm with you, Jackie.
Yeah. I'm wondering now for like the later books. I mean, some of you have read the later ones, how they feel about Archie and like by book 6 and stuff. But we're not going to talk about that now. But
it makes me nervous now. That makes me nervous.
I have all kinds of thoughts, but
I gotta just say this. I don't like Roman. I want Detective Heath.
I like Roman.
Your team Heath. Poor Tiffany. She's like the only Roman holdout.
No, she's not.
I like Roman. He's one of my favorite.
Oh, look, the top row has got it going.
He's too much of a player.
But keep reading, Emily.
Honey, the fun with a player is that you get to tame them.
Well, I think that's.
I don't think he wants to be tamed right now.
Oh, he would by the time. Never mind.
That's why I do like him, because in my real life I wouldn't want somebody like that, but in a book, that's the fun of it.
Right.
It's like you get, and so I'm like, oh,
nope. Give me the brooding detective with secrets.
No,
in books and movies, I like bad boys, but not in real life.
Roman.
The whole but the player, eventually the player gets tamed by someone.
But Detective Heath, he's like brooding and he's the silent, strong type, but he'll open up to Willa.
A dime a dozen. No, give me some Roman, and he can make beer. I mean,
Yeah, that's true.
You know what? Alcohol gives me hot flashes now, so. But I need someone to be able to protect me.
Roman can protect you. What are you talking about? That is not Yes, I agree, Emily. About Archie, not about Roman. Not
What do you guys think? Are you team Roman or team Heath? I wonder. Everybody
yes,
else
in the chat. And Sarah, how do you feel about it?
You know, I'm kind of glad at the directions it's going because I'm sick to death of the cop being the love interest. So
Interesting.
Yes.
I got give me a bad boy, give me a bad
Oh,
boy.
I have that already,
Yeah.
Sonia. I'm done with that. I married me a cinnamon roll.
Well, I have a golden retriever, so I get it.
Yeah.
And that's why I want something different in my book. No,
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Thank you, Sonia.
Exactly, Holly. Thank you. Yep.
Holly said, but having Archie as a suspect makes it mandatory for Willa and Team Cheese to get involved.
Yeah.
No, I totally understand it. I totally understand it.
like
I was more like, who would believe this little boy would kill somebody? I mean, look at his face.
Right now, we've got more Team Heaths in the comments than Roman. So just saying.
Every wrong person can find somebody else to hang out with.
I'm not wrong.
Are there going to be future releases in this series?
No, book 6, Bait and Swiss, is the last book in the series. I'm sorry. I know. I mean, depending on where my life takes me, maybe I'll manage to write more. But as of right now,
Do you have ideas for something else?
there are 6. I do. I'm working on something else, but it wasn't my choice to end the series. I would have continued it. But I'm with a publisher, so yeah. So I'm working on something else right now, and I just don't ever have. I write very slowly, and I'm also when I write a book, I have to that's all I think about, and so I can never write 2 books at one time. I always thought maybe I would start like a second cozy or something while I was working on this one, and I'm just not that. I realized I'm just not that kind of writer. It's got to be like all or nothing. So right now I'm all into another book, trying to write a synopsis for my agent in hopes that I'll get another.
I don't see how people who write do anything else but write, because I've been on a writing kick myself, and it's like I can't read, I can't do anything else.
Yeah, that's why I don't. Yeah, I don't. I'm always so impressed with everybody reading, and I'm always constantly writing down. And I don't know why, because I still have so much of a TBR, but my reading has gone down exponentially since I started writing, and it's not just the time frame; it's what's in my head.
Same.
Well, I mean, I really can't say this enough. And this series has meant so much to me. These characters, the town, everything. I really mean that.
No, I really appreciate that. I mean, so much of myself went into this series, and I mean, obviously I started in 2020, and so they're really a part of me too. And so it really helped, when they said they weren't going to continue with the series, it just made me feel like, oh my gosh, everything I did, everything I put into this, I almost felt like, well, why did I do this? And then I, hear from all the readers. I'm like, oh, okay, that's why I do this. It's not for my publisher, it's for you guys. So, so I really appreciate hearing that, because that's all I ever wanted to do when I was younger. And I remember the first time thinking, and I'm sure I've said this before, first time thinking of, being a writer. And I don't know if that it was like conscious, like, oh, I'm going to be a writer, but it was, reading a great book and finishing and thinking, that's magic. Like I so wanted to be able to do that, to make somebody else feel that, and then especially when I started reading Cozies, and you get that same feeling inside, and because it's a series, and so you get even closer to the characters. And I just so wanted to make people, feel the way I feel when I read a great book or a great series or something that's really meaningful to me. And so that's thank you, Tiffany, for saying that, because I really, that means that, no matter whatever happens in my future, if I write any more or get any more published or whatever, I was able to do that. So it makes me feel good.
Well, and I would be very excited if you self-published. I'd be very excited to see if you publish something else new, and because I just think that your writing is amazing, and the way that you can pull people in is just very, very engaging to me. So I'm excited either way. But as far as the writing process for you or your contract, like, is there a possibility that you could in the future self-publish this series, or I don't know how the contracts work?
Yeah, I own I own the characters in the story and everything. I don't own. I would have to name the series something new, possibly not name it the Cheese Shop series. I believe. I'm not positive of that. I'd have to go back and look. But yes, everything about the series is mine. So if I wanted to right now work on book 7 and self-publish it, I could.
The Team
Okay.
Cheese series.
So Team Cheese could
So
be
yeah, I
on
could
the
name it
road in a
Cheese.
traveling carnival. I see it.
Right. We're gonna do the amusement
have a
park
cheese
carnival
truck.
thing. We're gonna do
They have
that.
a cheese truck where they sell cheese pizza, cheese mozzarella sticks,
Fried cheese.
fried cheesecake. But
Right.
see where I'm going?
I think the
you're
Team
going.
Cheese.
See where
Team,
you're
just
going.
name it Team Cheese.
Yeah.
The Team Cheese.
Right.
Tanya? No.
Yeah.
Team
Death
Cheese.
by fried cheese. Is that what I'm hearing?
Oh my
Death
God.
by fried cheese. Storm, yes.
Right.
Well, Dan has already named book 7, Korina. I sent that to you.
Yes. Yes.
Murder in Gouda tonight. That was his.
Fun.
That
That is.
was his.
That's amazing.
Chef's kiss right there. I love it. I love it.
I feel it. I feel it. I feel we've created goodness here.
I mean, that is part of the reason I started being a developmental editor too, because I wanted another income stream. If that becomes more of a thing that's not so often on, and I can make more from that, I could think about self-publishing. It's just you can make as much self-publishing if you're like a Tara Lush or somebody who's like really putting books out and you know what you're doing, and you have a team maybe even behind you. But I just right now, for the amount of time and then effort, of course, because I don't know how to do all of that stuff, it would be, and the money you have to put into it if you actually have actual books, then it's like paperback. I mean, it's a lot, and I actually need like an advance money contract, and so right now I'm going to try to continue to traditionally publish, but if it doesn't work out, then I would definitely pivot.
Gotcha. Angel Wolf said that she does read out a season. I do read out a season, but I think I prefer, it's not, so I'll read anything any time of year, but then once that season hits, that's all I want to read. So like from the end of September through Halloween, I only want to read fall and Halloween books.
Right.
And then, moving forward, I want to read Christmas the rest of the year. Now I'll read Christmas in April, but I always want to read Christmas in the month of December. It's one of those,
Right.
Or July.
At the end of July, just saying.
Yeah. April said, I like seasonal reads, but don't always read them when it's the appropriate season. Yeah, exactly. Considering I'm currently reading a Christmas book, I think you can safely say I'm not a seasonal reader. I prefer to read seasonally, but I can break them every so often. Korina, I've got AC. You can stay with me.
Thanks, Jackie.
Seasonal cozies are fine, but I read them as I get them. I'm with you. If it's the next in the series, I'll read it. Yeah.
Same. I do the same.
Mm-hmm. Most of my team is in Connecticut, and week before last, they were hotter than it was here in Georgia. Wow.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, we were. And for Connecticut, it was really something. I mean, it was 100 degrees. It was ridiculous.
I was hotter than you, wasn't I, Sonia?
Yes, you were.
Yeah, she was asking me, did the equator move?
I was like, did the equator move to Canada?
Yeah, it did.
That's absolutely insane. It's insane. Regina said, I'm both a seasonal and out of seasonal reader. Since I do create a summer, fall, Christmas TBR. Thank you for mentioning my book, Tiffany. I'm so glad you're reading my book, Korina. I can't wait to hear your thoughts. And I know Sonia's already read it.
Twice.
And had great things to say about it. So
Nice.
that is my next e-read is the Phoebe Project. Is it
The
Phoebe?
Daphne Project.
The Daphne Project.
Phoebe is the person.
This is not for Gouda.
I'm sorry, I'm combining books. The Daphne Project. Yes, I'm very, very excited. And it's July 29th.
I think so. I think so.
Something like that is the release date.
Yeah, I pre-ordered my audio, or no, I pre-ordered my ebook already. You can pre-order that on Amazon, but I think the release date is the 29th. Jackie, correct us if we're wrong.
She just posted.
And
July
the
28th.
that she has on her Instagram a little trailer, and it's kind of the main character is kind of Bridget Jones type of vibe. I'm very, very excited for it. So make sure you go check out her all of her stuff. And
Yes,
it comes out in July.
it's very, very humorous, and I chuckled many times out loud. So
The cover is super cute.
Pat, and look at Pat's profile. I recognize.
I love that.
Oh,
She
fun.
said, I listened to the first 4 books on audio, and I went and bought Fondue or Die and Bait and Swiss. I loved all of them. I read all of them, seasonal or not.
Aw, thank you, Pat, and thank you for that great picture. Look at that.
Right?
Thank you.
The trailer for the book is also on YouTube.
Oh, there you go.
Thank you.
Cation said, now I do enjoy reading just Christmas and Hanukkah books from Thanksgiving to New Year. Yeah. Let's see. Big fan. Hey, Mary. That's a cute profile. She said, big fan of the series. Just finished Fondue or Die this week. So fun. Yay. Let me see. Bait and Swiss. I loved Bait and Swiss so much. I know.
Thank you, Gina. Yeah, that's this one. It's the last one.
Mm-hmm.
The last one. So
cheese and chocolate.
so I have a few more questions, and then Korina, I'm not sure. I don't want to keep you forever. I'm so thankful that you stopped in with us. And then if we can, maybe we can pick a date for number 3.
Yes, for sure.
I'd rather listen to my device read to me than an AI narrator. There's a popular author putting out other books on AI audio. Gotcha. Tiffany, the issue with audiobooks is totally, I understand.
Oh, I can imagine that probably. Yeah.
That it's very, very high. I understand that, but what I'm saying is if the demand is also very, very high, then
why don't publishers
is we should be, as part of your job as a voice actor, you're given these things to do your job. Just like when I go to my job, I'm given a computer. I'm not expected to buy my own
employed instead of it being like freelance.
Precisely. Yes.
Exactly.
Right.
You know, I'm not expected to buy my own computer when I go into my office. It's
right.
So yes, there should be contracts, and there should be where you're not freelance.
You're hired by
publishers would have their own
or whomever, and you produce books for them.
Yeah,
exactly.
Because of course the demand is clearly there. So I mean, I'm not saying that you're wrong, Jackie. I totally agree with you. I'm just saying that I think that the whole concept of it needs to be rethought.
Yeah, I agree.
All these books come out on hardcover. 90% of hardcovers probably just sit on. I'm just saying, probably just sit on the shelf and don't actually get read. They read them on their Kindle, or they listen to the audiobook, or whatever the case may be. Why are we putting out hardcovers? Let's put out the audiobook. Spend the money there.
Well, I'm going to
Look at us
say,
solving the world's problems.
they charge for audiobooks. They should be able to afford a narrator.
Well, I'm going to just say it's a special ed teacher. Like I used to do silent reading time in my class, which that's a whole other issue. But, you know, I say like, oh, if there's an audiobook for it, you can listen to it on Learning Alley, which is a program that the school district pays for. Like the majority of the books, though, that they would pick, I'm like, oh, Learning Alley doesn't have it. Nope, Learning Alley doesn't have it. So like just trying to find audiobooks for struggling readers is so hard.
Unless you purchase a really expensive program that has those things.
Correct. Or like if you have Audible and then you can get it there. And it's like, but I work for a Title I school. So
Jackie said, I don't know. Sorry, it's really storming here, so I think things are fine. I just asked Sonia, can you hear the thunder? But okay. If I start like twitching, it's probably the internet.
It's normal.
The internet. Yeah.
Sonia?
I was thinking the same thing. So
Sarcastic Sonia.
She's been muted. She's got a 30-second timeout.
you need one that has the tears.
Here.
Jackie said, okay, Ross. Jackie said, I don't know where the romance with Willa will go, but I've just never gotten tingles when reading Willa and Roman. I do with
Thank you. Agree.
Again.
Agree 100% co-sign that comment.
Oh, yeah. another wrong team. No. Another
and see, like I've only read the first one, but when I read the first one, I liked Roman right off the bat.
Woohoo!
Yeah. I kind of always want to fix them. Maybe that's my problem.
Yeah, Sonia, I gave that up many years ago.
Oh, honey, me too.
But there's something it doesn't work, sweetie pie.
But didn't like am I wrong? Like, didn't Detective Heath, did he have like a partner, like a lover or something who died or something? Am I wrong?
Yeah, no, he had a wife.
He's someone that you want to fix.
Yeah.
That sounds like baggage.
Still having a hard time.
Christina, who writes the Killer Chocolate series, which is absolutely amazing if you haven't read it. She says, how about a bad boy cop?
Right.
I mean,
mix the two, right?
I do like them. That would be okay.
Tiffany reads a lot of books about those guys.
And I will say I'm good with that. But I think that Heath is very straight-laced. And I want to say this. I like Heath. I'm saying I like Roman better.
Me too.
So I like Heath, and I'm fine with both, but I'm just saying I liked Roman better to begin with. Mm-hmm. But I just feel like he's not the bad boy cop. That's all. Team Heath all the way. Oh, wait, I read that wrong.
Tiffany, what's in the cup?
You read it absolutely the correct way, Tiffany.
We need to mute
She
Tiffany.
just got out of her timeout.
Yeah, this is her live, and we need to mute her.
Hold on. Let me just water it down a little. Watering it down a little. Sorry about
You
that.
might want to, girl.
Watering it down a little.
Just so we're clear, it's coffee. I'm just teasing.
Yeah.
She said, Team Heath all the way. Don't like Roman.
That's all right. Well, Roman.
I knew I liked Cajun Peach.
I can't wait to hear about Kurtz of Prey because a lot happens with all of this.
Oh boy,
I am excited.
This is making me very nervous for Kurtz of Prey.
I am very excited to see what people think. Barbara Korina should be a stand-up comedian, just so you know. She is absolutely hysterical. She says, so how much teas do you eat while writing? Because I have ate 3 pounds by reading it.
Hey, my job here is done.
Exactly.
Yeah. Once when the cheese shop used to be open, the one that's helped me out through the later books, I went and got a bunch, they let me sample a bunch of cheese, and then I also bought a bunch of cheese. And it's just me at home. My son doesn't like cheese. I know, isn't that? I know. Whose son is he? But so I would always eat it on my own. And so I'm thinking, this cheese is going to last me forever. And it was so good because it was all these different kinds I hadn't had before. I think I ate there was 5 different kinds, and you can't get too small of a thing when it's like a cheese shop. I think a quarter pound is the smallest or whatever. And I ate them all in 3 days. It was ridiculous. They were so good. I was just forget the accompaniments, forget the crackers. I was just eating it. It was just It
I'm
was
with you. I'm
So,
with
yeah.
you.
The
Oh,
answer's a lot, Barbara. No judging.
Mhm.
mhm. I keep putting off Bait and Swiss because I just don't want it to end. I did buy it and download it to my Kindle, so it keeps giving me the eye.
And just to let you know, I did not know this series was ending when I wrote Bait and Swiss. So there is kind of a wrap up because I try to do that anyway. And because it was Willa's 2-year anniversary of her shop, there was reflection in there of, that and some things kind of relationships and whatever were a little bit wrapped up, but just to let you know, it's not as wrapped up as maybe I would have done
If you had known.
I know, yeah. But I mean, nothing will leave it. It just leaves it up to you to decide how you would like the relationships to end up and stuff like that.
Choose your own.
Right,
Wait,
which isn't a bad
Choose
thing.
your own romance.
Right.
And with not knowing that it was ending, I thought it
I thought
was
so too.
perfect.
I
Oh,
thought
thank you. Thanks. Yeah,
I really
in
did.
hindsight, I was like, oh, I'm glad I did that. So-
I was too. In terms of I don't want to give anything away, but I thought the last book, I loved that it covered the topic it did because I thought that it brought it full circle and will it full circle with kind of closure,
right.
without giving anything away. I'm talking very ominous, but I know it's.
Dun-dun-dun.
But I thought it was.
I do wish publishers would like give authors like a little bit of a heads up or
Yeah.
whatever. Like let them write one more book but
Right.
tell them that's going to be the last one.
Right,
Mhm.
right. So that we can put the bow on it. Yep.
Karina, your publishers are foolish. Go send Tiffany to talk to them.
That's right.
They will change their minds. Heck, by the time she's done with them, she will leave them having 20 books to their TBR. Carnival,
True.
a Little House on the Prairie cozy series to boot. That's not what she said, but I added that last part. But I'm just
I
saying.
love that. That idea.
Yes, I'm also very surprised. I mean, it's no point in rehashing it. They've already said it's over, but I am surprised and a little bit disappointed at their choice, at the publisher's choice. And I'm excited to see what you do next, but I'm just surprised because if you think about the fact that of the books that are out there, like 4 of them have been nominated for some pretty major awards.
Yeah.
It's out of 6.
Mhm.
And it just came out. It hasn't had time to be nominated. Is really incredible then to see it be cut.
I gave it 13 billion zillion stars. You think they would publish 5,000?
You'd think with Sonia's,
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I'm such an important influencer, not the bad kind. Good
You are not the bad kind.
I'm so important,
I mean, you are. Sonia.
You are to us,
I don't understand it.
You are.
and that's what matters.
That's right. Who knows? Maybe in the future the publisher will pick it up, and you can continue Mary Lee Ashford.
There is that option too. There are a publisher or two out there who does. If you're, if I think I would have to get my rights reverted back to me in that case, though I'm not sure. But they're still putting out the book. I think Herds of Prey is the only one that's not being that they're not printing more. But like Cheddar Off Dead is in its second printing, and so they're still selling. So I'm not going to cut off.
No. Don't burn your bridges. Obviously.
Right.
And there is, I think you just kind of hit on it. There is a publishing company that actually publishes series that have been from other publishing houses.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. And is it just it's one or is there many?
Well, I just know of one because of Ellen Byron has a series, and I forget who else. There was one.
There's a couple other people I heard they were talking about it that they got picked up, and I was like, oh, it's the actual series, and like they get picked up by, which I think is a really great idea.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, if you're, I mean, everybody knows Ellen Byron. She's got a lot of different series, and she's a great writer. And so, yeah, if they know you have, an audience behind you, readers behind you, they will do that. If you
I was gonna say, don't discount your fans either, even if it's like 3 or 4 years down the road and you decide you want to put another one out, they'll read it.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Because I've had plenty of like ones I thought they were done, and then like 2 or 3 years later, like one pops out, and I get so excited. I'm like,
oh, that's nice to hear. That's nice to hear, because it does make me feel good to like have that possibility, because they still it is, it's very close to my heart, the series. So
yeah, I just saw last week, I think, that the Hungarian Tea House from Julia Buckley is getting a 4th book. And the 3rd book came out quite a while ago, and I'm so excited. That's such a good series. I'm so excited, and it's been multiple years. May I have to go back and read number 3 before I can read the 4th one, because I don't remember? Yes, but I'm still very, very excited. I mean, I totally agree with Storm on that one.
Well, Tanya Kappas, she got the rights back to the one that you like, Tiffany, the Ghost one, and she's republished all of them with new covers. And she wrote a 9th book. So I mean, once your rights come back to you, the world is your oyster in a way,
Right.
She's also one that she writes my favorite, the Kenny Lowry series, and like it was done for a long time, and then one day I looked and I was like, wait, where'd this book come from? And it's because she published it herself after she got her rights back from everything, and I was like super excited.
A lot of category romance authors do the same. They will when they get the rights back to these books, they'll republish them.
Yeah. Sherry Vandal did that for her Lobster Shack mysteries.
Yes. Yeah.
And they have new covers, and she's got them out on Amazon now.
Hey, Amy Marie. She said, hello, lovely people. I can't stick around. Yay for work, but wanted to say hello. Hi, Amy. July 29th. Okay, so we were right. Good. The Daphne takes place in Maine. I love it. Yay!
It takes place in Michigan.
No, it takes place in Maine.
Is it in Maine?
Yeah.
I guess I didn't read it twice. I thought it took place in Michigan.
No, I think
I thought it was Maine. No, I could be wrong.
I'm sorry. I was thinking about the other book she wrote. Sorry, my bad.
It's okay. It's okay. If you are not a traditional publisher, the cost to make an audiobook is 100% on the author. Funding that cost at the beginning is a lot. I agree, and audio should be a regular part of the traditional publishing package. Yeah.
Gotcha.
You like a bad boy, but he can't color too far outside the lines. I agree.
He can be just bad enough.
I wanted to use the whole darn crayon box.
See, I was thinking about the bad boy cop. I could be okay with that as long as he didn't color out too far outside the line.
It's so good to see Christine, even on a picture. I missed you. I missed you at Malice this year.
Yeah. Christina's in your neck of the woods, Sarah. Well, I don't know. I mean, about
Canada's a big place.
I was gonna say, do you know Jim from Vancouver?
But I think I meant.
I don't know my neighbor.
Oh my gosh.
And that's strike 2 for Sonia, strike 1 for Sarah. They're both on timeout.
Oh my god.
Oh, they give you such a hard
Did you know that I learned hand signals very early on in my childhood?
I thought you were muted. What happened there? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Oh,
No.
wait. Let me unmute.
But
Sonia.
Sarah, people do that to me, and then I'll be like, "Oh yeah, I work at Disney. Oh, do you know Mike? He like works
Right.
at the ticket." I'm like,
I didn't mean they were neighbors. I meant she's in your neck of the woods, meaning not the States. She's in Canada.
Christina, where are you in Canada, please?
And now, with some downtime, you can finally get to the tea shop. And
Yeah. Well, I'm going to be in Little Falls, New York. How close is that to Syracuse? I know that's up there. For the Little Falls Cheese Festival on October 4th. Going to be signing books at the Cheese Festival. So if you're close, Esther Jane, come on up. It's going to be great. There's like 5,000 people go to this thing. So there's going to be a lot of cheese. All the dairy farmers and creameries and cheese shops are going to be there, and tons of cheese, and my books.
that is awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
So I do want to ask the question, so that we make sure. So then, we don't keep you forever. Did anybody figure it out? I don't ever figure it out. Look, the killer could have a flashing light above their head, and he'd be like, "Nah, that's just that's a decoy."
You usually think that's the romantic interest.
I've thought that before. Look, we all make mistakes. Death of a Red Hot Rancher. I understand. However, let me just say, I thought it would be some other guy. Like she would do it with that. Why would you make the Vink?
You know that's going on your epitaph now, right?
It's literally Death of a Red Hot Rancher. I bet he's the boyfriend.
Listen, I thought that there would be more than one Red Hot Rancher. Why would she have him go on a date with him and the date go really well? I was like, this is the love interest. Another Death of Red Hot Rancher, some other person, because normally the victim is always yucky. And she portrayed this guy as really sweet and great, and they had a great time. Normally, that's not the victim. I rest my case.
She needs a little gavel.
Elizabeth, back me up here. You know I'm right.
Yeah.
It was just hilarious though when Ro pointed that out to you, because she was going on and on about how, like, I can't believe he died, and Ro's like, Tiffany, it's in the title of the book.
She's so cute. Oh.
I believe that I had to wipe my screen off because my coffee spilled, because it's literally in the title of the book. And the way she said it, because Ro is very deadpan.
Oh, very much so.
Oh, it was so funny.
That's funny. Oh my gosh.
I love you, honey.
It's a dear sweet memory we'll all have from that day.
When we're all in the old folks home together, we can all remember this.
But did you all have any inkling about the killer without obviously giving too much away?
I don't have it now because I can't remember who it was. But
I know, I'm like, I can't remember who the killer was.
I didn't know.
No.
I did kind of towards the end, closer to the reveal, where I was like, I bet it's this person. But
I think I suspected somebody else, and it was way off.
I absolutely suspected somebody. I always suspect everybody.
That's my new way of guessing.
Right. Everyone is the killer.
Person, like, until Willa can show me she was somewhere.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I suspected Will at one point.
But I think the reason why I suspected it was because you drop in that there's this person who is related to him, and then you just drop that, and then you don't really see much of him later, and it's like, you're not going to throw that in there without it meaning something.
Without it meaning something, right?
That little red herring.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Agatha.
That's me.
Nancy Drew.
Well, that has happened.
I will say this, though. I watched, what was it? Oh, gosh. It was a spy movie based, of course. It was a spy movie based on a book by Jonathan Le Carre or whatever. And I remember watching it with my roommate, and Colin Firth was in it, and he was the mole. And like 20 minutes into the movie, I go, he's the mole, to my roommate. And she's like, what? How? I'm like, because you have a really famous actor in a small role. Therefore, he has to be the mole. And I was right. And it's like,
sounds like a nice movie to watch, because Colin Firth is delightful.
What was it? Now I got to look it up. But
oh, hi, puppy.
The disappearing Kyra, is he wearing his invisibility cloak?
He is. He's probably coming over because of the thunder. He's
I hear it, buddy.
Scared.
He doesn't like it.
We're just gonna have the fireworks tonight, like we had last night, and tomorrow night, and the next night.
Gosh, all the way till next week, huh?
Yeah, we're gonna have, because any reason to shoot off fireworks.
He don't like those either.
Welcome to Hillbilly Hell.
Yeah.
As my husband said this morning, could have been gunshots, could have been fireworks. We really don't know.
When I lived in St. Louis, that was always the question: gunshots or fireworks?
Oh my
Yep.
gosh.
Uh-huh.
Look up or get under. One of
Yeah.
the two.
Yep.
Emily, was it the Tinker Tailor one?
Yeah, it was Tinker Tailor Soldier
Yeah.
Spy. Within
That's
20
the
minutes, I was like, he's
book
the
by
mole.
him I've ever tried to read, and I couldn't get into it. Hopefully, the movie was better.
I enjoyed the movie, but it was just like after
Yeah.
20 minutes, I was like, I figured it out.
Yes. Okay. All right. So let me see. Korina, I want to say once again, thank you so much for joining us. I want to make sure there's no other questions, and then see if let's see. Is Sunday a good day for you, or would you rather do it through the week?
And in July and hold on, the end of July. Where's my phone? Let me just see what I'm doing. Usually Sundays. I mean, it's usually all kind of the same unless something specific's going on. So if you want to do July 27th, yeah, because this time is good. Would it be like this, like
Same time on the 27th?
Yeah, that works for me.
Okay.
I like that. Yeah.
So that's for number 3.
For number 3, Curds of Prey.
All right, I gotta put
Everybody's
most
got
of my
it.
July TBR now.
Have that.
Lily wants to say hi to Cairo.
Oh, baby.
Hi, Cairo. Maybe one of these days you can have a play date. Look.
Yes.
Say hi.
Oh, hi.
Oh,
Oh,
puppy.
thank you, sweet. Thank you, Bobo. Oh, he's so cute, Elizabeth. Yes, July 27th at 4 p.m. is perfect for me. That's for number 3.
27.
Birds of Prey. This is a good one, y'all, and I can't wait to see what everybody thinks.
Yes, I know.
After the conversation today, I'm so excited for it.
Me too.
Korina, you are welcome to stay and hang out with us. I don't want you to think you can't. I just don't want to be like keeping
Oh
you.
no, thanks. No, I've got more to do, and now I want pizza. Now that you mentioned it, so I don't know. I might have to go out. But thanks for having me. This was fun. I like doing this with all you guys.
It was so much fun. I can't thank you enough. Thank you for joining us. We really had a good time, and we will be very happy to see you back to discuss Curds of Prey.
Thanks. Yay. Thank you guys.
Bye.
Bye. Hi, Alma. I see you. Thanks for coming.
Oh,
Bye, guys.
bye, baby. Oh, okay. You're so sweet. What are you doing? Are you scared? I'm sorry, Bubba. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I wasn't prepared for a picture. Hold on, let me find something real quick and we'll jump into a reading sprint.
Hey, I'm gonna hop off during the sprints because at 5 o'clock or in like 30 minutes, I have Krista's at Books and Jams, her Patreon book club. And then after that, I have another book club.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. Let me take this one down.
Have a good week, Emily.
I will.
Thank you for joining us.
My 31 day left, or no, I still have 42 days left in my weekend.
Also, before you go, I think, did we decide next week, Tiffany, because you have company, we're not doing on Tiffany's channel next week, but Sarah might do it.
Well, I'm now doing every Monday, so I'm going to cancel it on Sundays. It's just a little bit too much for me.
That would be too much.
Yeah. So, but if somebody else wants to host, I'm happy to jump on.
Yeah. So
yeah, I'm going to be on the road, so I can't do it. So we'll probably just skip next week, right?
I say we just skip next week, yeah.
And then we'll be back the following Sunday. And then Monday on Sarah's channel. But thank you guys all for being okay with hopping on. I didn't think about it and think about letting you guys know. So I'm sorry about that.
Do we already know scavenger hunt for next month? Did Storm announce that last week? Or do we need to do that?
She posted in the Discord, I thought. Or did I miss that?
It? Okay. I'm just thinking of all the housekeeping things. well, everybody's here. So.
But anyways, so I if you felt I'm sorry I didn't mention that beforehand. I thought I had. Okay, so let me see. I got just something fun pulled up. It was very quick. I thought it was cute. Okay.
Oh, that's pretty.
So let's see. Is everybody good with reading to the top of the hour?
Yes, ma'am.
Sure.
Okay. All right.
All right. Bye.
Happy reading, everyone. Oh,
Happy
boy.
reading.
How is everybody's sprints? Good.
You're muted.
Yes? Me?
No, Sonia's muted, isn't she?
Oh.
Oh, maybe I'm. Never mind.
No.
Maybe I'm turned down.
Oh, I can hear you, Elizabeth. Oh, I can't hear Sonia. Sonia, you are. I know you're not muted, but we can't hear you.
Okay. No, I don't. I just did.
Well, I was on the phone. I think said she's gonna go and come back.
Yeah.
How was your sprint, Elizabeth?
Oh, it was fine. I didn't do any listening, but I had filmed my July TBR, July plans right before we came on. So I was just working on editing that. So it's going to be not just my reading plans, but I'm traveling and it's my booktube anniversary in July. So I was talking about plans for that. Yeah. 10 years. So
10 years.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah. So I have some little ideas for what to do to celebrate my 10th anniversary.
Yay!
July 11th.
That is
what I'm going to do is go back and look at my 10-year-old book hauls and watch them and like comment to them and see what I've read and what I haven't, you know.
That would be fun.
Yeah, that's really cool. That's amazing, Elizabeth.
Thank you.
Wow.
I mean, if you think about it, March Mystery Madness celebrated 10 years. So yeah. I had to have been here.
That's true. That's true. I was on the phone.
I read several, I read like almost the whole book.
What's the name of it again? The one you're reading? Is it steamy? Is it smutty? Or is it nice?
It's called Showgirl's Rules for Falling in Love. And thus far, it's not as steamy or smutty than other things. I would say maybe 2 chili peppers.
Okay.
There's no like.
It's historical.
It's historical. There's not any like filthiness just yet, but I'm kind of early, so it's more. There's a couple of little languagey things, but not anything that I was like grasping my pearls about or anything.
Oh, and I've got some right here.
Yeah, I just can't like. It ticks all the boxes for me as far as like anything about vaudeville. I'm gonna love. Sophie Tucker is mentioned several times. I absolutely love Sophie Tucker. They just the whole progressive era of the change of entertainment, like vaudevillian entertainment to. And then also the change of the view of women's bodies at that time, like during the progressive era, that's when everyone got skinny and only skinny was thin and only thin was pretty and, thicker, whatever was out. It's kind of all that. I don't know. It hits the buttons for me. It gives me a little bit of the 7 Wives of Evelyn Hugo vibes.
Okay.
And I adored that book. So I have a feeling this one's going to wreck me though, because I'm having a feeling it's not going to be like everybody.
7 wives though, 7 husbands.
Is it 7 husbands of Evelyn?
7 husbands of Evelyn Hugo.
I say 7 wives of Evelyn Hugo.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that was.
I read it the correct way in my head. That's funny.
Yeah, that book was incredible, but it wrecked me too. So.
It does. I'm excited to hear what you think of that because that probably it did already go on my TBR. But I want to know what you think of it at the end. But it sounds like something I would love.
I was at the library. I was waiting to meet Laura to go eat, and I wasn't really shopping for a book, but she wanted to pick up something, and I saw that book there, and I went ahead and got it for her. But this cover, when I saw her, I was like, oh my gosh, that's me. I want this. I'm going to read this. And then read the back and was like, okay, yeah, this is because I've done vaudevillian art before. So this is something that,
Tiffany, you're fading in and out.
Oh, am I? Well, partly we've had some storms. I think they're over, but
Oh no, it's because of your background.
I think it's your background, babe. Yeah.
Blending into your background. Yeah.
Are you really on the beach?
Yes. And that's why I'm saying it's storming. So if no, Pat said, hello, everyone. Hello, Pat. I know we're going back to the beginning, so we've talked to Pat a little bit, but she said, don't forget to thumbs up. Thank you, Pat. Pat is always our resident cheerleader. We appreciate you so much, Pat. I just started the Beach House, book 1 of the South Carolina Sunset series. I wanted something light. I don't know if you can hear the dog, but he is very I wanted something light, and I never read the authors. So far, good, nice.
That's awesome.
So yeah, Esther Jane, I had to look that up because I've read one called The Beach House, but it was by Mary Alice Monroe, but it's a different author, so different book. So.
I have the Beach House that I picked up in a haul, but I don't know if it's that one or not. I'll have to check.
I think the one that she read is by someone, Rachel Hannah. I think that's the Carolina one, Rachel Hannah. I don't know anything about her either. But The Beach House by Mary Alice Monroe is good. I've read that whole series. It's good. I liked it.
Oh, this one sounds good too. Cajun said, hi, everyone. I'm dreaming of a hot chocolate. Me too, because then it would be cooler. And the Cornish cream tea Christmas, number 3. She has the best sounding books. I need to, yeah. Asian said, hey, Kim says, hey, all. I'm not sure if I'm reading this afternoon. Fixed steak, pinto beans, and cord for lunch/dinner. That sounds amazing, Kim.
Awesome.
I think Dan just put like mustard pork chops or something in the oven because I smell something like that.
Yum.
It's good.
That sounds good. Kim said, I love mustard so much, Sonia. That just made me like totally distracted. I love mustard. Oh my gosh.
Mustard and Kermit the Frog. There's a whole series.
It's true.
I love you. I love that I can pick on you. You make me so happy.
Kim said, if I read, this is what I'm reading, Mystery at the Old Mill by Claire Chase and Myrrh at the Chateau, Sir Myrrh by Alexa Maxwell. Very nice. Oh, thank you, Angel. She said, hi, everyone. Don't forget to hit the thumb or the like button. Thank you. Book fan says, hello, all. Hello.
I love the birdie.
Me too.
Oh, right. It's a great profile pic. Sarah said, I actually finished Gone for Good at work today. That's perfect, Sarah. Jackie says, hi, everyone. Occasion, that sounds like a fun read. It did sound like a fun read. Hey, Jill. She says, hello, everyone. Hey, Jill. Hi, Carmen. She says, hello, everyone. I'm still reading Gone for Good, but wanted to be part of this. Yay, Jackie. Well, we are so glad that you were. Yay for finishing.
She's swimming in her lock right now. She bounced off.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, it's real. They're having warm temperatures in Michigan too, out of season. She's like, I'm gonna go swim.
I don't blame her. Anita said, greetings, cheese lovers. Greetings, Anita.
It's not easy being cheesy.
It's not easy being green. Oh, I mean cheesy.
Or blue.
Holly said, hello, Holly. What are your weekend highlights? I finally got my flowers put in pots and the ground. Well, I had what could only be thought of as food poisoning. I'm not sure if that's what it was, but it was not the
highlight
that I was hoping for. But nonetheless, I did eat something today, so I guess I'm on the mend. But it was really bad for about a day and a half.
No.
Bad. I don't know. I ate the same thing as Kevin, so I don't understand. But anyways, because he was fine, not sick.
Could it have had like some sort of coconut derivative or something like that in it? Like in it?
I guess maybe.
I know sometimes.
Like yeah. Oh, that definitely would have happened. But every time I've had, it's usually like anaphylactic shock. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure. But it was bad.
I'm sorry.
But no, I mean, the good news is I'm better. So
That is good news. That's the highlight of your
That's
weekend.
the
You got better.
highlight. Is I'm better, yes. But how is everybody else's weekend? Got my flowers putting pots in the ground. That's perfect. And then Cajun said, yes, it's a great series. Elizabeth, Sonia, how and Storm, how was y'all's weekend? I don't know why I'm so sorry. I meant to get to all of you guys. I'm ahead of myself.
We subscribe to a thing called Flow Marching, which is Flow Sports, which is how we can watch Katie's Color Guard. We can watch the DCI shows. We can actually watch like any of them, like we can watch the ones in California and all that. Even though I'm going to a couple of them in person, it's fun to watch, to watch them on the live stream. So we watched that, and I watched Andor for the second time, the Star Wars Andor.
Mhm.
So, and I was listening to those ridiculous stories on the thing.
Gotcha.
I think I'm not the only one. I think I saw it, which we'll come to in a minute. Kim, she was saying that she reads the transcripts, and that's faster. I just listen while I'm doing other work, so that
I got to see an old high school friend who's not been in really great health. I had a cousin pass away last week who's my age and been fighting cancer for 2 years. So he's in a much better place now, and got to see some classmates that was kind of, in a bad situation. That was a little like a good thing. It was nice to see him doing well, and, Yeah,
I listened to your Voxer message. I think I was headed to church or something, and I didn't get a chance to message you back, but
all right.
Sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
The doggy too.
I don't wrecked me. Yeah, my cousin is my other mom's nephew, so we're really not related, but I know the family. You know what I mean? My life is so not traditional as far as family goes, but yeah, I feel like he's at peace, and that brings me a lot of comfort. It's hard to be upset when somebody's under their reward.
Yeah.
And
It's
especially
so heavy. I'm very
things
sorry.
suffering.
And about Jack. I'm just,
Thank you. Yeah, I'm a bit. It's hard.
Very, very. Storm, how was your weekend?
Hot, rainy. Right now it's storming again, and discovered that we have a ceiling leak because we can't have fix one thing without something else breaking around this place.
But you got your lawnmower fixed at least.
Yeah, but now it's raining and I can't mow.
I watched that video today. She's like, and she said something like, "My brother didn't know I was filming." I was like, "Filming without permission is a crime." No, I'm kidding. I'm teasing. I was obviously kidding.
Did you see my comment? I said,
I was like, somebody's going to think I'm serious. Or like,
And got that leak, can't mow because it's raining. And it's like a gully washer out. It was like nice and sunny and 90 something and felt like 104 to.
We got that this morning. We had the gully washer this morning, and now it's just like Florida. It's just sticky and hot and gross.
Yeah, and I'm like sweaty everything, even with, and I left early because I was like, I really need to try to get Rascal back outside before it rains, because I just had a feeling it's gonna rain. So I left a run down there, but I didn't really beat it because he was outside for a little bit, and then oh shit, I'm like, and I had to run out there in the rain, and I'm trying to get back inside.
Sarah, how's your weekend been? Anything
Been okay, just quiet. I had to go down to the hospital tomorrow, just yesterday, to pick up pills. I work tomorrow, and then I'm off on Tuesday for Canada Day, so that's not too bad.
Nice.
But we got an email on Friday of everybody who's going to be off tomorrow, and it's like the shorter list would have been all of us idiots who are actually going to be in the office tomorrow. When it should be that the holiday falls on the closest Monday or Friday, but it's got to fall on the actual. It's like the 4th of July for you guys, right? It has to fall on the actual day, right? So,
right.
But it's just been hot and whatever.
Did you get your air fixed?
Yes, thank God.
Okay, good.
That was the worst night. I woke up the next morning with such a migraine. I just can't handle that oppressive.
Yeah. Oh, I can't imagine. Yeah.
And there was no breeze that night. There was no, I had my fan going. And then, of course, Presley, because I have the fan going, he's like, oh, this is great. So he lays directly in front of the fan. When you've got a 30-pound cat, you're like, dude, can you share?
Blocking the air.
Yeah, right? This is lovely, Mom.
That's funny. Jill said, hello, ladies. Hi, Jill. Barbara said, good afternoon, friends. Reading, learn a lot while you sit on the pot eating Oreos.
I'm pretty sure that's a lot of how a lot of scientific discoveries currently get made, but I'm just saying.
Wait, are you eating Oreos while you're...
That's, yeah.
It's all happening at the same time.
Exactly. The way it sounds, it made me giggle.
And apologies for sitting here and eating pizza, but I'm hungry.
You are good. Eat.
You're fine.
No,
I had to go have some. I went and had cheese curds that I had left over from Publix. After all that cheese talk, I went and reheated my cheese curds from Publix.
Yeah, that's
eat those on our break.
Have you had the corn nuggets from Publix? Oh my gosh, they're so good.
I don't.
They're like the
Well,
corn with the cream corn breaded. Oh my gosh, Elizabeth, get them next time. They're so good.
Maybe they're just testing them at your Publix because I don't think our Publix has gotten those.
Oh yeah.
Oh wait, I have had, but they have. It's been a while. Our Publix has not had those in a long time. I did used to get those. Those are good. Yeah, I don't know what's happening. I need to ask what's up with that because they haven't had those in a while.
Yeah.
Donna
says, hello, ladies. Hi, Donna. Sonia, I second this because I read the first book. It's called The Sound of Murder or something along that. The first book is
Sound of Music. Yeah, it's Sound of Murder, but it's like Sound of Music.
Yeah.
It's the theater one. Yeah. I had that on reserve at the library and it's never came in. So I'm still kind of waiting for that.
I agree with Cajun. I think you would really like it.
If I haven't gone all romance. I went romance rogue.
Romance rogue. Cajun, I think that was a great one.
Great
yeah.
suggestion.
I think I'm reading A Twinkle of Trouble by Darrell Wood Gerber.
Is that the Fairy Garden series? Yeah.
And then think this to Elizabeth. She said, I also love Jim Dale. He is the bomb.
Agreed.
Guest said, hi everyone. I need to pick up a book. The one I'm reading is probably going to be a DNF. Oh no, that's a bummer. But you'll find a better one next up. I just know it. Elizabeth, I read the transcripts instead of listening much quicker. Oh, that's about the stories. Yeah. Having taco salad for supper with sweet iced tea, still working on a baby blanket, listening to Beach Vibes by Susan Mallory. I love it. And 52% in. I love Susan Mallory.
Wait to get to that one.
Reading The Missing Corpse by Jean-Luc Bonelic. Not sure if I'm saying that right. Sarah, Sweet Valley High forever. So this is where we're getting into a little bit of discussion with Korina. So I'm just going to pop through here.
And I know we have the discussion of the AI voices and stuff, but on Speechify, I was listening to a little bit because I have Sweet Valley High on Kindle. So I was listening just to try it. And I found one of the paid for voices that sounds so Southern Californian. It's like the perfect, you know what I mean? Like this is almost perfect.
And he was a voice actor or it was AI?
No, it's all AI. All Speechify is all AI.
Nice.
But I mean, that's the thing. Like, I mean, is it an act? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, because it's not that AI voice. It's not it's not, I'm not going to say it. It's not, you know what, this is like the paid, like, right.
And it's like you said, it's providing stuff that wouldn't necessarily be on audio any other way.
Exactly. That's my caveat to it. I don't agree with a lot of AI. Don't get me wrong. But in certain instances, I kind of do. Do you know what I mean?
It's making it more accessible. It's making books
That's
more
my thing. It's an accessibility thing. Yes. Yes.
And as long as we just keep it and use it as that and not just try to replace those really amazing audiobook narrators, which we should never replace.
And that's the thing that I'm afraid of, is that people are going to do something like this and then like download it somehow and post it as an audio. You know what I'm saying? Like that's, that pirating basically.
I'm sorry. There we go. Barbara said, I love them stories too, Elizabeth. You need to watch the cartoon ones or Apple Text. I may have a problem.
Oh, so there's cartoon ones? Oh, that's funny. I don't, you'll have, Barbara, do you have my email? My email is at the bottom of my videos. Send me some kind of a link to something like that, what you're talking about, because I've not ever seen those. Email me a link, like to a video or something.
Regina says, hi, everyone. No twins today. Finished reading Deadly Director's Cut by Vicky Delaney. I'm so sad there are only 2 books in the series. Oh, my gosh, Regina.
That was such a good series.
If you have not read the Catskills Summer Resort series by Vicky Delaney, I can't recommend it enough. It's so underrated. I feel like I haven't been on the ball today in celebrating people's finishes. I'm very, very sorry. So this is for Regina's finish, but we'll do a couple more for anybody else that has finished books today. Congratulations. I feel like I've been I'm still recovering from what was a very nasty something or other going through my system. Archie wouldn't hurt a fly.
And not to take away from the celebration, but Sonia, I want to tell you in person, I am so sorry for your loss, sweetheart.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. It has been a rough go of things, but
I imagine it has been.
Yeah. It's amazing how one little
should
mud,
live forever.
one little mud, you know.
Mm-hmm. Their family.
Yeah. I also worked with him too. I mean, he was the dog that was in my classroom for therapy. He was my therapy dog. So, you know, we bonded early when he was training, and, you know, being my best friend, you know, her kids are mom, you know what I mean? It just,
I know.
It stunk. But thank you. Thank you very much.
Christina said, hi, happy sunny day. Tiffany, Sonia, Storm, Sarah, Elizabeth, Emily, Karina. Hope you're having a beautiful day. Remember to hydrate, feed thyself, check the laundry, take meds, stretch, show some love to the like button. Also, make sure you sub and ring that bell so you hopefully get notified.
And do the hokey pokey and turn around.
What's that?
I said, and do the hokey pokey and turn around.
That's right. Christina, thank you for all that you do for all the sprints, and, you know,
yeah, she's amazing.
Making the lists and it's amazing. I mean,
yeah,
I don't know how you keep it all straight. I don't know if I've ever been to a sprint. I'm not kidding. This is true. I don't know if I've ever been to a sprint and not seen Christina pop in at one of the points in time, and everybody's like, Christina's here, and the whole thing. It's incredible. I'm like, who is this person? It's like,
she's like everybody's bestie in the sprint.
Yes, but I really do want to thank you for all that you do, because it's a lot. Okay, so now we have the romper room. She says, hi. Is it romper room? Romper room.
Yes, where you say everybody's name.
Yeah, thank you. Cajun, Pat, Jackie, Regina, Holly, April, Angel, Book Fan, Barbara, Jill, Anita, Sarah, Kim, Guess, Donna, Carmen, Esther, and everyone I missed. Hello to you all. Regina's saying hi to Cajun. Big fan of the series. People saying hi to Mary.
Can I just say, first of all, Regina, I love that yellow dress. You are losing weight, aren't you? Look how, I don't know if you're trying to, Regina, but that dress looks amazing. And it looks like you have lost some weight. And I don't know if that's appropriate to say, but I know how hard it is if you're trying. And, you know.
She looks fantastic.
That yellow dress is amazing.
That dress is gorgeous. Yeah.
Partly I'm jealous because I love the color yellow and I can't wear it.
I can't wear yellow either. I look awful.
It looks awful. And I'm not looking for people to be like, oh, sure. I mean, I really don't.
I do not.
It's our coloring.
It's just, I can't pull it off. It's okay. There's other colors that I can, but I'm jealous of people who can. And that color looks amazing on you.
I love yellow. I love mustard yellow, and I wear it, and it does not look good on me at all. I'm in the same boat. I got to stick to greens and blues.
I bought a shirt a while ago. Well, not that long. A T-shirt that's got like pineapples on. It's yellow. It's super cute, right? I wore it the first time. I'm like, I'm not too sure if I like this or not because of the yellow, but I'm like, sometimes I don't care. I'll just wear it anyway. And then today they had a party here at the house for my sister-in-law's. Anyway, it's a thing. My sister-in-law's mother was here, who I don't really like that much. She's wearing the exact T-shirt. I'm like, and Garrett looks at me and goes, well, that settled that decision. I said, into the recycling bag.
I'm wearing my college Hootie and the Blowfish tour shirt from
Nice.
1997. I mean, it's
Jealous.
Wow.
Jealous.
like, here's 1997 and all the yeah. My shirt's older than Amy Marie.
I was saying that's the year that I graduated from high school.
It's the year I graduated from college, so this
97.
this tour was the month before our graduation day. So
Nice.
yeah.
DeShannon said, "Hi all, hi DeShannon. Finishing Perrin's How to Solve Your Own Murder. Speaking of Jim Dale, he has the audio of the Night Circus. Isn't that odd? Also, editing a new YouTube book talk about summer reading.
Wonderful.
I did not know.
I
that he
listened to the
did
Night
audiobooks.
Circus.
I've
Yeah,
really
I
liked
listened to the Night Circus, but I don't remember it being Jim Dale. But it's been years, so
I read it. I didn't listen to it.
I
so.
listened to it. It's a hard one to listen to because
It could be
of the
one that's
time,
been redone on audio
it's
too.
all this back and forth stuff. It was hard to follow. on
Yeah,
audio.
narrated by Jim Dale.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
I don't doubt
Um,
it. I just didn't
okay.
remember. So thanks.
That's
Um,
awesome.
Sorry. Oh, it's not a downer. I wanted to make sure I pulled this up real quick. That wasn't a downer question. You're
No.
fine. It's okay. Liz Lipperman's Jordan McAllister series had a book come out in 2023, and the one before that was 2015. That's a
Yep.
yeah, absolutely. And I mean, there's just been several series that have done that recently,
Right.
where there's been years in between, and they Laura Bradford's done that with a couple series now. That's why I'm hoping that she'll do it with the Pen for Her, or not Pen for Hire, Friend for Hire,
Friend for Hire, yeah.
because I was thinking of Pen for Hire, the Laura Levy. Yeah. Anyways,
I knew where you were going. I was picking up what you were putting down.
But yeah, because she's done it with her other series, and there's numerous other authors that have, and I'm like, yes, I'm very happy to see that.
I made my book haul video of like the books that lady gave me, and spoiler alert, there was a Laura Levine book in there.
Oh, cool.
I was like, I know some people who like this person.
Oh my gosh.
Love that.
Gosh, I love it. Daphne is from Michigan. That's why you were thinking that.
I knew there was Michigan in there somewhere, but I couldn't remember if it was this book or her other one that I've arched as well. So couldn't remember.
I missed you guys. Wish I could have gone to Malice. I know everyone in Western Canada.
Yeah, she said she was from Alberta. I'm like, that's funny.
She said yes, Alberta. Nope, didn't figure out who the killer was. Sarah, did you know that BoucherCon's in Toronto next year?
But I'm sorry, what now?
BoucherCon is in Toronto next year.
What is that?
In the 2026 BoucherCon. So this year it's in Nashville or New Orleans.
What is
I don't remember where
When
it
is
is.
VoucherCon?
It's a huge mystery book festival, but it's not Cozies.
No, it's not in Toronto. It's in Calgary.
I thought it was in Toronto.
It's Canada somewhere.
No, that's not what I'm
Like
saying.
5 minutes
I really
from you,
thought it
right,
was-
Sarah? You
really
can
thought it was
totally
in
drive there.
No, I really thought it was in Toronto.
No, I just looked it up, sweetie. It's in Calgary.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But I
What's
still
the name of it
probably
again?
go.
I don't think I've heard you talk about it, but you probably have. I just haven't paid attention. Boucher? What's the name?
BoucherCon.
Tiffany, it's only 3,200 kilometers away. 32-hour drive for me.
Listen, I thought it was in Toronto. I'm not like, oh, maybe it's close to her. I actually thought it was in Toronto.
Okay, to give you the distance, in case you're curious, it's like going from Syracuse, New York, to
LA.
Missoula,
Why do I invite these
in
people on?
Montana.
Like, I actually invite them to be here with me.
I don't think I've ever heard of that. I've just looked it up.
I'm just looking it up. It
BoucherCon.
looks pretty cool. I mean, I'm like, really? Is that really what Calgary looks like? That's not how I'm Canadian. That's not how I picture Calgary.
Oh my goodness. Okay, never mind.
Oh, Louise Penny's.
Have you been to that before?
I
have
might
not.
have to go to this.
So I was gonna go in 2020, and then it got canceled with COVID, and I then started going to Malice, and somebody said that BoucherCon wasn't as centered to Cozies, which is fine. But to pay and go and take off work, I want it to be something that I'm, gonna get my fill in of Cozies, and so then I hadn't, but yeah. So now I'm thinking more about it. Never mind.
Aren't you going to some romance thing in August in Orlando?
I am in Orlando.
What's the name of it?
I think it's called that's called Romantically Yours. It's the first year for it.
The Orlando one.
Yes, the Orlando one.
Yeah, if I can fit it in, I'll try to come too and meet up with you there.
The only good thing about that thing in Calgary for you, Tiffany, is the dollar. It would be dirt cheap for you to come up because I'm not kidding. The hotel, I just did the conversion. You're looking at about $100 a night for the hotel for a Hyatt.
Wow.
US dollars.
That's crazy. That's actually crazy because here is
like if you're an American coming up for it, it would totally be worth it for you for the dollar.
Wow. But yeah, so but I might look into going to some of the BachelorCon because there are some cozy authors that are really kind of
Vicky Delaney is going to be there in 2026.
Yeah. So, and I know that Ellen Byron and Raquel V. Reyes and a couple other really big cozy mystery authors are have been like really doing panels each year and trying to pull in cozy mysteries into BachelorCon. So it's something that I definitely want to look more into. But I really did think it was in Toronto.
Bless your heart, Tiffany.
Oh my goodness. Again, I invite these people to, you see how I'm treated, y'all? Do you see?
I love you.
I love you too.
Never said I didn't love you. I'm just buying you a map. No, just kidding.
Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna get kicked off again.
You're gonna get muted.
I go through the whole story saying it's him. No, it's her. No, it's him. Oh gosh, me too, Christina. That is exactly me trying to figure out who the killer is. It's them. It's her. It's him. It's her.
It's me. I'm the problem.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm the problem. It's me.
Me.
I'm the problem. Oh yeah. Everyone is a suspect. That's right, Christina.
Absolutely.
Aw, he says hello. It's now done storming, so he is outside with Dad. He's like, let me out of this place. I want to go sit outside. And he really wants to harass the neighbors, let's be honest.
He likes to sit with his favorite person.
He likes to harass the neighbors.
Does he
Terrorize.
get that from his mom?
What?
Does he get that from you?
Maybe.
I was gonna say, is he on the HOA?
Right? Yes, eventually I suspected the culprit. Oh, good for you. I'm going to tell you all good night. I have to wash dishes and finish doing my laundry. Karina, I love your books and cannot wait for you to come next. Nice. Bye, Pat. Alma says, hi, Karina and girls. Guess I missed all. Oh, no problem. We are glad that you were able to hop on. I'm sorry about that.
You can always go back and watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Ooh, I can't remember that day. July 20. I can remember that day. July 27th is my birthday.
Yay! My best friend's birthday.
It's a good month.
It's whose birthday, Sarah?
It's your special day. Storm's birthday is in July too, isn't it?
Stormy's a July birthday.
7-Eleven.
Yeah,
Birthday.
And Sarah, whose birthday did you say was
My
July?
best friend.
Your best friend.
That I've known since grade 2. So.
And you said it's like your 10th anniversary. I was listening while I was downstairs for BookTube or whatever, but I started my BookTube in July as well.
And you know what? I guess it's on your birthday. It's on the 11th.
Wow.
Isn't that
Yeah,
your
I heard
birthday?
you saying that. You're like on the 11th.
I just made that connection. Yeah, that's your
That's
birthday.
cool.
If I do a live stream, if you want to come on, what are you doing for your birthday? Are you doing anything?
I don't know.
Well, I'll send you a link if you want to pop on. So
I was thinking about doing a live stream, but it depends on my computer.
But it's your birthday. It's a big birthday too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We got to celebrate in style.
We do
Yeah,
have to
I
celebrate.
will. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I have to work that day, and I was just thinking because I probably, since I'm traveling up to that point, I won't have time to like make a video and edit it. So I thought maybe I'll just do it live. But if it's your birthday, so if you want to do a live, I won't like.
It's a Friday,
overlap it,
Stormy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
If
I
you
know,
want-
but
if
it's
you
just-
wanna- if you want me to
I'm
host.
worried my computer won't hold out. That's the thing.
But if
Oh,
you
right.
want somebody else to host it,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
We can host.
We'll
a birthday
discuss.
party. Yeah.
Barbara said, Sarah, so you're near Vancouver, Washington?
Funny, Barb. Funny.
And then she said, hee hee. Christina said, remember to hydrate. Thank you. Oh, no surprise. Cajun finished a book. Thank goodness.
And since she posted that comment, she finished another one. I'm just kidding.
Right? She's halfway through for sure. Sloan Mama says, hi, everyone. Just popping in to say hello and smash that like button. Currently reading The Ghost Who Dream Hopped by Bobby Holmes to finish off the Australian leg of the Around the World Readathon. Very nice. Your profile pic is adorable. I love that. Very cute. Made to 10%. People saying yay to Cajun for finishing the book. I watched my favorite YouTubers start their Alaskan Disney cruise. How amazing.
I'm not going on an Alaskan
That's
Disney
what
cruise.
I get off my head. I was going to say the same thing. I'm in Alaska.
I'd
Well,
love
I could turn off my beach and show you where I really am, but the port coming up. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Kidding. I'm not on an Alaskan cruise. This is not true. I'm just lying to you. I read a few chapters of Book for Murder. I'm really enjoying it. Oh, yay, Angela. It's one of my favorite series. It's one of Storm's favorite series. I'm actually not lying. Normally I'm picking on Storm, but it really is one of her favorite series.
No, I thought you said going to say, no, I'm normally lying. So
I normally am picking on her, but it really is. I did a video today and I could not think of Streetman's name for the life of me. And now it just popped in my head because I was going to ask Storm, what is the name of the dog? Because I sat there in the video and just was like, the Chewini, the Harriet's dog. I could not.
I was waiting for you
done
to say, Stormy, what was Streetman's name in the book?
I was just like, I don't understand. Why cannot? And then now I'm sitting here and I read that. I'm like, it's Streetman without any hesitation.
Because you're
was
not
he
under
Canadian?
pressure.
Was he Canadian?
Yes.
Okay.
He's a Canadian Sweeney
We have a
from
lot of
North
those.
Washington. Just said only read 6 pages of Colleen Coble, Fragile Designs. Went and dumped trash. Did a bit of updating on my husband's old phone to my info. I wanted to have extra device so I could use. Wow, very productive.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Read 8 to 10% of Down to the Wire by Laura Scott. Sarah says, yay. The transformer in our complex is being replaced, so no electricity for the entire day. I could have gone into the office tomorrow, but I have a lingering cough. Oh,
Yeah, that's not the good transformer.
no. Oh my gosh, Sonia.
I wanted to make Sarah spit out her drink.
Gosh.
I got pizza up my nose.
You can't take it anywhere, y'all.
Could you imagine Sonia and I in a public place? We get
No. We get thrown out. I mean, it would
Our
be the first
picture
time
would
for
forever
me.
be on the door.
Yes. I mean, it wouldn't be first for me, but whatever.
I think I can imagine my face being red the whole entire time I was with you guys.
Mine too.
Pretending not to know us.
Yeah.
I have a
can't wait to
feeling
go
my
meet in real life.
coworkers won't appreciate being near me, so taking the day off instead. That's probably smart. Taking the day off, just relax. Hopefully, get that cough better. I hope you feel better soon. I downloaded Zoom. Is that what y'all go through?
No, it's StreamYard.
StreamYard, which is free.
You don't have to download it. It's a website.
Yep. I hope your cough. Absolutely. I'm really liking Fragile Designs. Does anyone have any recommendations for any other Colleen Coble books? I've never read that author.
Me neither.
She's a Christian suspense author.
Oh, okay.
I have. I read a historical trilogy by her called The the first one is The Lightkeeper's Daughter. Every one of them was a really good like suspense mystery, but it was historical, and it was just a really good combination of all the elements, and I really enjoyed it a lot. The first one is The Lightkeeper's Daughter, and then the third one is The Lightkeeper's Ball. I forget what the second one's called, but I enjoyed that a lot.
I'm on Fantastic Fiction. Yeah, The Lightkeeper's Daughter, The Lightkeeper's Bride, and The Lightkeeper's Ball.
Right. I remember something about there being a dog who was like I think it was like historical, so they didn't really understand about service dogs, but this dog was very helpful with this child. I don't know, it's been a few years. And they were like, people were like, get that dog away from the child. And they're like, no, this dog is being helpful. I don't know. It was good, whatever it was. I enjoyed it, but it's been so long I can't remember.
It's very popular.
I'm messing up the details.
I read her like a long time ago, but I haven't read anything recently to know anything good to recommend.
I listened to them on audio, so they, as far as I know, they're still available on audio. But she's got a Hawaiian series that looks really good, and I think an Alaskan one, maybe. Ooh. I don't know. She's got some good stuff, it looks like.
I might have to check her out too.
And Sarah, I think she wrote like for our Christian category, like Heart Song and stuff like that. So I'm
looking at her stuff right now.
I think she's got some Heart Song books from
I can remember.
You are correct. Yeah, she wrote a couple. Very cool.
Jill said, "Thanks, Angel Wolf. It's driving me nuts. I'm not sure. Maybe the cough. I hope you get to feeling better. I had to step away, but I'm back. I'm having beef stew and cornbread. That sounds absolutely
delicious. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Speaking of, thank you very much, Nita. Speaking of, I am going to have to step out. Dinner is done. I just heard it go, so we're going to be eating here. So you guys, thank you so much for making my day and for the laughs. And I appreciate you all and everyone in the comments. Thank you. I appreciate you. Have a good week.
Have a good night. Sonia, I just sent you something.
Okay, I'll look at it. I hope it's appropriate because I don't read inappropriate things.
Oh, don't read it. Never mind. Don't look. I'm kidding, y'all. Kidding.
You guys
bye, everyone. Or bye, everyone. Bye, Sonia.
Bye, me. Bye, Sonia. I'm Sonia. Yes. I don't live in Canada. I live in Missouri.
That's close
to Canada.
That's close. Bye.
Bye. It's supposed to get hot and humid on Tuesday. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying, I was looking at Colleen Coble still, and she did write 3 books for the Love Inspired line, but under the name Colleen Rhodes.
Oh, okay.
Fun fact. The Great Lakes Legends series.
The trilogy I was talking about is called the Mercy Falls trilogy, and the covers are beautiful. The clothing on the covers
they're stunning covers, yeah.
Worth looking up. Yeah, they're gorgeous.
Jill said it's supposed to get hot and humid on Tuesday with possible storms Tuesday afternoon. Yeah, it's that time of year.
We have like possible storms all week long, and I'm like, seriously, I get my lawnmower fixed, and then it's like boom, 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 storm. That's why I said in my video, I was like, welcome to the jungle, because it's going to be about this tall before I get I'm going to need somebody's brush hog.
We are having them here in New Jersey on Tuesday too. Where are you? She was asking Jill. I'm in Massachusetts. K.L. Montgomery has other series besides the musical theater, though. If you can, okay. I might have to look that up. I also need to get back to the musical theater. Oh my, what have I done here? It's going to be Domino's for dinner tonight. That sounds good.
I had that for lunch.
Yum.
Still had some money on my gift card, so I was like, let's just stop there, get something on the way home from church.
Excellent.
Yeah. I love the color yellow, and yes, I can wear it. Jealous. One color I can't wear is black. Near my face, it looks washed out. Same goes for red. Gotcha. Carmen says I have to run. Have a great night. Bye, Carmen. Barbara said, my book is about bathroom habits, like in Roman times. It was one big communal bathroom. I am sorry. I don't want to do my business while making eye contact with a stranger.
No, ma'am.
Read her other comment that's like one down or something. It goes with it.
Or worse, having them be encouraging. Oh my gosh. Okay.
I was
Oh.
over here trying not to laugh while I was reading that earlier.
Ooh, Kim has a big one in August, 60.
Yeah.
My brother's birthday is in August.
Kim, when is it in August? My birthday's in August. When is
My
yours?
brother's birthday's in August too,
When is his?
the 28th.
Oh, my husband's is the 29th.
Guess what day my brother's is?
Was it the 28th?
No.
Oh.
What day is mine?
11th.
July 11th.
Oh, really? August 11th? That's hilarious.
I said, yeah, we're like 4 years and 11 days like apart.
Wow.
Well, no, you'd be 4
So,
years
1 month.
exactly.
1 month, like it was like.
Oh, 1 month. Yeah, 4
Yeah,
years.
that's what I
1 month.
meant. Yeah.
Both my siblings have birthdays in August too.
Hi, Bobo.
Second and the 13th.
He kids about me turning 50, and I'm like, yeah, but you're already there. You're older than me.
Yeah.
They want to eventually do all the Disney cruises. Wow.
Nice.
And then she said her birthday is August 8th. We are caught up on the comments. So it
I'd
is
like to have the money to do all the Disney cruises, and then I'd
You
spend
and
it
me
on
both.
something else.
We are caught up on the comments. It is 6:46. Do you want to do one long reading sprint since we haven't done many today with the group chat with the book discussion, so we could read till like 7:40 and then come back and wrap up and be wrapped up by about 8 o'clock?
That sounds great to me.
I will probably just go. If we're going to be gone that long, I'll forget to come back. So
It's fine.
Okay.
I'll be back. I'll be here, Tiff.
if I remember, I'll pop back on.
Okay.
But, I'll probably just go ahead and go off.
No problem.
Thank you.
No problem. All right. So
No, I'm good with that. I need to get some reading in.
Yeah, no, I do too. Let me real quick find something. Hold on, I'm sorry. Let's see. I'll just pick something very, very quick. Let's see. It's the first thing I saw that drew my oh.
That's why whenever I disappear on here, I'm usually in like the same room because I go over to my bed. So I'll be like reading, and all of a sudden I hear him talk. Oh, it's time. Gotta run over here. I'm usually late popping in.
How was
Right,
everybody?
Okay. Oh, come on. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Did that work? What's happened? What did I do here?
Nothing. Apparently, I don't see anything.
Okay, hold on. This is not my first rodeo.
Oh, pretty.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so put that up. I'll take that down and put reading till 40. And we will see you back then. Happy reading, everyone.
Happy reading.
I don't know what happened to the picture, but how was everybody's sprints?
Don't get too excited. I finished 2 books.
Oh, that's awesome.
Well, I had like 2 chapters left in each of them, right? So like
We shall still celebrate. That's amazing.
but yeah, the Harlequin book I think is going to get a 4-star and the Sweet Valley High is going to get a 3. Fun, enjoyable. Yeah, that's how I did.
Gotcha.
My phone doesn't like to shut off when I push the shut off button. It just keeps going, and I'm like, I'm 64% into the Last Dragon song.
Oh, excellent.
Excellent. I got to 56% in my book. Not the Libby Klein, the romance that I'm reading.
Yeah. Guys, I'll be right back.
Gotcha. And I was checking out my last couple credits for the month on Hoopla of the libraries I still have some extra credits for. So I was trying to get those used up so I don't forget them. So that is me. Let's see what everybody else has going on. I have an aunt and uncle that are 10 months apart. That's awesome. Like, what are those called? I don't remember. But yeah, very close together. Kim said Disney actually has sponsored some because they are considered media now. This was a lot of Disney bloggers. Wow. Okay.
That's cool.
Oh, it's a bar. I thought it was a library at first.
You and me first, Cajun.
Wait, what?
The picture that you had up, it looked like books, but then you realized like it was like liquor bottles.
Gotcha.
I love that. That's how us readers.
Yeah, no, I actually thought it was books, so that's funny. I don't think I ever noticed, but that's funny.
I didn't realize it was a bar either.
Yeah, I think I mean I did. I thought it was books, but I don't think I ever like looked
Hey,
close enough.
all of us readers went to the same place. I
They
prefer
did.
that way more than alcohol.
They did. Let's see. Come on. Okay. DeShannon said the Beach House by Mary Alice Monroe is on this week's TBR because she will be at the Columbus Book Festival in Ohio in a few weeks. Very nice, DeShannon. I hope you enjoy. I was in a Zoom book club and everyone was laughing so hard when I spoke. I guess I was funny, but the main character was nuts. Not serial killer nuts, but she was nuts.
Nuts. That's hilarious. We need to get Barb on here.
She does need to come on, seriously. Oh, 58 July 7th.
Nice.
Awesome.
I'm in my book. They made a chocolate cake with peanut butter frosting. So that sounds like I need it. Yeah.
I need that too.
That sounds delicious.
On my way, occasion. So how are we splitting up the cake? She said thirds.
Yeah.
Sounds like a great plan. Okay, I agree. Angela said, I switched back to my audio of Cheddar Late Than Dead by Linda Riley so I could make cheese tortellini with garlic parmesan sauce and rotisserie chicken. That sounds delicious.
That really sounds good.
Love your blanket, Sarah.
Thank you.
Christina said, yay for finishing. I read 2 chapters. I'm at 86%. You are getting close.
Nice.
I will finish tonight. Sprints tomorrow on Sarah's channel.
That's okay, right, Storm?
Yeah, my computer's been working a little bit better, but I feel like I want to go a couple of more.
You're fine. Whenever you are ready to jump back in, you let me know. I'm happy to take over.
Make sure I don't just drop off. Like today, it's done pretty good. That's the first time it's so.
Good. Cajun got to 24% in her new book. Oh my goodness.
Well, she finished one in between, right?
I know. That's not. Jill said read 26 pages of Fragile Designs. Yay, Sarah. I'm finishing 2 books. I'm up to 13% in my book. Very nice. No reading here, but we made a new plan for supper. It is too hot to cook inside, so dogs on the grill it is. That's smart. It is way too hot.
It went from 91 and felt like 104 to 64 degrees.
Oh my
Really?
gosh, that's quite the
Yeah, with the gully washer rain thing that we just have.
wow.
Oh, we have a flood risk on Monday. That's fun.
Our rain is going your way.
Yeah, legit.
Wow. Christina said, wait, I want some cake too.
I know, me too. That sounds like a good cake.
So it looks like fourth, fifth.
Chocolate and peanut butter? Yum.
Right? Oh, six.
Okay. I have a birthday coming up, people. Who's going to make my cake? Chocolate peanut butter frosting sounds really
Chocolate with peanut butter frosting. We'll get you a sliver.
Yeah, we're all going to get a little sliver.
At the point of which everybody gets one, it'll just be a bite. Everybody just gets a bite.
You pass the fork around.
I'm getting close to halfway done with Fragile Designs. Very nice. Me too. She said, yum. LOL. Thanks, Asian. And Jill said, I want some cake too. See, I'm telling you, everybody's just going to get a bite.
Right?
What do y'all have coming up on your channels?
I have a book haul.
Yay.
And if I figure out what I'm going to read, I have a July TBR that I haven't made yet.
That's okay.
And yeah, my dailies. So that's about it, I think. Oh, and then my 2 on Tuesday. I have.
Very nice.
I put up my weekend books today for the 3 books I finished last week. And tomorrow I'm announcing the category Romance Book Club pick for the month of July. Better late than never. And then my July TBR will go up on Tuesday on the 1st of July. So why not?
So we're about in the same boat with the TBRs.
Well, I have mine. I just haven't had time to film it. I was going to.
I got most of mine written out, but all these challenges or readathons or
I'm ignoring everything except for what we're doing. Legit, like I'm ignoring everything else. But
my favorite people are doing PIs in July or whatever.
I know, but I can't. And then I was gonna film it this afternoon, but my brother's niece or whatever, on his wife's side, they all came over here to use the pool and have a big party. So all we had was screaming kids. I'm like, Jesus, Mary and Joseph. So it's too loud. What you got coming up, Tiffany?
Today I had a new book box from Cozy Books Corner. It is camping themed, so it was really cool.
Oh, that's cool.
So that came out today. And then I have my SAS update for the first half of the year. 25. Now I'm doing my SAS update. So
I
that
can't believe we're halfway through the year.
I know. It's hard to believe that Christmas wasn't yesterday.
Right.
So yes. So I have that coming out sometime later this week.
Nice.
Maybe some shorts coming up. I'm not sure about that. I have been doing some shorts, but I have family coming into town, so I don't know what will get done, and what won't will be.
You got it exactly right, my dear.
So
I know I see everybody's already doing the mid-month freak out stuff, and I'm like,
I have that coming up, but I haven't yet.
Ready for that yet? Is it already? It's like,
yeah,
I know.
Ready for the mid-month.
Well, it's the same. It's this, and no offense to anyone who's already done it already. It's the same people who put their year-end stuff up on the 1st of December.
Yeah.
Calm down.
Jill said, we already read that, but Barbara said, Storm, my birthday is first.
I can just see her stamping her foot with her hands on her
hips.
With
her hands on her hips, yeah. Yours is coming from Barb's third Jill.
That's very
that means Paige ain't sharing. She's like,
Barb, I didn't say it. I just read it. Look, the sentiment wasn't from me. I'm just the messenger.
When I worked at head office and we were a lot smaller of a group, we have so many more people now, we used to do everybody's birthday. So they would buy a cake and whatever. Yeah. So the one guy would cut the cake, but he always got overzealous at the beginning. So the first pieces were always gigantic. And then by the time you got towards the end, you got slivers.
Christina said, thanks for hosting, Tiffany, Storm, Sierra. Have a great evening.
Thank you.
Remember to hydrate, feed thyself, check thy laundry, take meds, stretch, show some love to the like button. Also, make sure you sub and ring that bell so you hopefully get notified.
It's not you all, it's me.
Thanks for a wonderful chat with Miss Korina Moss. And thanks for the sprints. Have a nice night, ladies. See you tomorrow. Same to you. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for the sprints. Jill as well. Thank you all. Thank you to Elizabeth, to Sonia, Emily, thank you. Sarah, Storm, anybody else?
Korina.
Of course, Korina, but nobody else that's normally
I don't
here.
think there was anybody else physically
I
there.
don't
No.
think so.
No.
Thank you all those that joined for the cheese shop discussion.
Yes.
The number 3, Curds of Prey, will be July 27th. So everybody have a great rest of your night. We will see you all tomorrow on Sarah's channel at 7 p.m. Have a great night, everybody. Thanks, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody. Oh, you